Good. Look a little too much. Look a little too much. Ouch. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick shower. There you go. Apologies. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Another day. Another opportunity. No, dude. Tenez un petit peu là. J'ai vraiment le cul. Let's do some the outdoors boys. Oh, I don't know where the controller is. Where are you? I'm a traitor. J'ai pas l'argent pour faire. Okay. Wow. You're a real life gamer girl. You know what, my controller, my remote. Okay. We're possibly gonna just watch some. Look here with the outdoors boys. Ooh. Yay. Okay. I'm fucking bored. Well, if I don't have my controller, and you show me user for what?
To watch the video version of Park After Dark in my fucking... To watch the video version of Park After...
Okay. DSP. I am just a freak. So it's April.
I make meaningful content for a group. I don't want to hear your bullshit. Really, I'm not going to be a part of your toxic shit.
This would not be the end of the feud as it would escalate. ESP revealed that he was talking to Wings and Boogie to do a podcast without Keem. Wings and Boogie started getting mad at ESP because he cost each of them $50,000. Keem then claimed that he was going to interview a family member of DSP, which made him angry and made a video about how he might have to get a restraining order against Keemstar.
Last year, Keemstar has been trying to contact me. He's been publicly tweeting about me, threatening me and saying I absolutely must contact him or else. I did have a little bit of back and forth conversation with him in DMs on Twitter. He even made a series of little cutesy mini videos about me, discussing me from time to time. Oh, very flattering videos, by the way. And after having some discussions with him in DMs, I said, hey, let's talk further via email. He refused. He wanted to actually talk to me on the phone. I found that kind of forward. I was like, whoa, well. All right, well, the thing is, I kind of had to give him my number because I'd been doxxed years ago. So if I didn't give him my number, he was going to have it anyway. I thought I made it abundantly clear, but I guess I didn't. So now I have to make this video specifically to say publicly, directly to Keemstar as well as the rest of the internet, I will not go out with you, Keemstar. All right, I'm sorry. I know you're interested. I know you've been trying now for about a year, and you've been really like real try-hard mode. I get it. You know, I've been there when I was younger. I had a crush on someone, and I was kind of like trying to totally get her attention constantly. It didn't work out for me. By the way, just so you know, I am married, all right? And so I'm just not interested in you, man. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry I ate your chocolate. I should have probably just rejected them. I couldn't help it. They were so delicious. But anyway, what it is this guy seems to have it in his head that he is so important, he is so powerful and rich or whatever it may be, that no one can ever say no to him. That there's got to be a miscommunication, or there's got to be, you can't say no. For some reason, if he makes an offer, someone has to accept it no matter what. That's not reality. That's the reality that apparently he lives in. So he's been stalking me, literally for a year. He won't leave my name out of his mouth. He keeps constantly bringing me up, insulting me, but then he wants me on his show. Then he threatens me to be on it. Threats aren't going to get me on your show. I'm already not interested, and now you threaten me on top of it. It's not going to work, all right? He went back to Boogie and Wings and basically said, well, now I'm going to offer them their money again, their $50 grand, only now I'm going to find a third host because Phil doesn't want to do it. So he makes a tweet about this Friday night on his Twitter. DSP has been kicked off the Lolcow cast, and we're going to find a third member. Who should it be? Everyone give me your opinions. And I read, I'm not on the podcast. I never was. I never talked to him about it. I never agreed to do it. How can you kick me off of a podcast I'm not on? Again, it's delusion. It's actual egotistical delusion, like a stalker who won't leave you alone and is creating this weird narrative in their head when they get rejected, okay? Morning and say, listen, here's the deal. I wish Boogie and Wings the best, but I'm done with this drama. I want nothing to do with it. I'm just completely done with it. I just want to move on with my life and not be involved in any of this stuff. I'm done with it. The answer is, if it has any involvement with Keemstar, I don't want involvement. I'm moving on. So good for them. If they want to do business with Keemstar and they make a lot of money and they find a third host and they make $1 million each, great for them. I don't care. Just leave me out of it. Completely leave me alone. I'm done. Okay? That's where I left it Saturday morning. I think that's it. That's the end of it, right? I said my piece. We're done. I get up this morning. Everyone's telling me, oh, did Keemstar tweeted about you again? I'm like, what? Like, have I not made it abundantly, straightforwardly clear? Again, it's like the mindset of a stalker that won't take no for an answer. He keeps talking about me. So now he made a tweet overnight saying ESP now has 48 hours to publicly apologize to the Lolcow cast, and then he can be on the show again. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you deaf or stupid or both? Okay? Wow. You know, I really feel at this point, and I wish I were joking. I'm starting to get scared. I'm starting to think I should contact someone about getting a restraining order against this guy. Like, he won't take no for an answer. I've said it 1,000,000 times. I want no involvement with Keemstar whatsoever. All right, none. I want nothing to do with this man. I want him to leave me alone and stop mentioning him, stop considering me for a show or any project. I want no business relationship whatsoever with Keemstar ever to do with you at all. I don't understand why this guy keeps bringing me up. I don't get it. I'm at a loss. Again, the only thing that I can think of is I'm the only person in his entire life who's actually told him no. That I don't want to do anything with him. And he can't handle that. He can't handle the fact that someone would say no, especially someone like me who knows I could use money, it would help me, but I have morals. And some people say, well, you can't swallow your pride. There's a difference between swallowing your pride or actually having an ethical code that tells you don't do business with this person who does things you don't stand for. I don't like the way that he operates. I think he's hurt people. I even hear more stories. I keep hearing more stories about how he just started a new show called The Keemstar Show, and apparently within a couple of months of the show running, one of the hosts wanted to quit, and he gave him a hard time, and now he's slandering that person. It's like, wow, here's a case in point. Something he just did, a business relationship that fell apart, and now this guy's being destroyed by Keemstar because he has a business relationship with him. This is literal, not logical thinking. This is like crazy person thoughts in their head. Oh, he really wants to be on the show. No, he really wants to be on the show. He's gonna give him another chance. Maybe he'll do it now. No, I don't. Leave me alone. And I mean it too. Like, if this continues, I might have to start looking into like, what can I do to protect myself from someone who won't leave me alone? I'm tired of it. At this point, it's become like a mass campaign against me to keep bringing me up in a negative way. I'm done with it, man. I don't bring up Keem unless someone brings him up talking about me first. I don't care about this guy. We couldn't be further apart in mindset and what we do with content on the internet. So why do I have to keep being in his mouth? And why do I have to keep bringing it up? I don't want to anymore. I'm done.
Every time there's someone going after Phil and creating drama, his viewers always wail out on him to soothe his ego and distract everyone else from noticing the drama. We then saw the emergence of Jinx, which we all knew right away that it was OIC. Jinx decided he wanted to revive the best streak and bring back some of that positivity. Now this is a bad idea for multiple reasons, with one of them making Phil get more entitled and raising the bar of how much his audience now has to spend on him. Remember that the original best streak, he was only looking for $200 a day and now wants $300 a day. Soon every stream was the Jinx stream, with 95% of support will be from Jinx. DSP tried to convince people that Jinx wasn't the only one supported and went on a crazy rant.
Pretty crazy, so listen to this. As I said last night, this week we have an unprecedented amount of support. We had 6 straight streams where we hit my support goals, if you can believe it. So this morning, I'm on the podcast and some people coming in and supporting, and it's not Jinx who's the person who has come this week and basically done a ton of support, allowing us to hit the goals every stream. It's not them, it's other people. Before Jinx ever even showed up to my first stream today, we had already hit all the tips goals. And I was like, wow, That is amazing. There's a rallying. For some reason, I don't know what happened. There's something in the water, there's something in the air. Rallying support this week is outstanding. And we hit all the goals on the first stream, and on the late stream, we had some support. It was a little on the slower side, and then Jinx came in and did a big tip, and then we hit those goals too. So it's pretty crazy. The level of support that I've gotten this week. Again, I don't know what is going on there. Of course, now, what happens is you hear all these crazy theories. I had some crazy conspiracy theorists email me. Oh, don't you know that Jinx is a secret detractor who's teaming up with Secret Limited to try to ruin your channel and this and that? And it's like, oh, don't you know it's only iced coffee and he's just the same guy coming back from 4 years ago supporting you again? And it's nuts. And the thing is, here's the thing. If you haven't noticed, I'm not using a vest counter, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to use a vest streak counter or anything. It's not like 3 years ago, all right? If we continue to get this level of support every stream, I'm ecstatic. It's amazing. It's helping right now. It really is. I'm grateful and appreciative that everyone is kind of coming out and supporting in all the various ways they are. If it ends tomorrow, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't want my streams to be focused only on this. I talked about this, this morning, how the vest streak 3 years ago kind of didn't work out because after a few months of it happening, people were all about that and trying to derail the content. It was more about, will you hit the vest streak tonight rather than, what's the game he's playing? Is it any fun? Or, I don't want the streams to be about that. I feel like the quality of the content degrades when we just focus on that. So that's why I'm not going to be doing this counter or anything. But hey, if it continues, it does, and people are going to be talking about it, because obviously it's happening. It's not 8 straight freaking streams where I hit my sport goals. That's insanely cool. So thank you to anyone who's been on those streams and supported, anyone who's done behind the scenes, who's done overnight tips and stuff. Yeah, if you tip overnight, I always count that tip towards the next stream the next day. So if you happen to be watching this and I want to support Phil's content, I'll send an overnight tip. That will count for tomorrow's first stream. Okay? So thank you anyone who supported. Really, I'm grateful. 2 more streaming days this week. Can we actually go get a whole week through?
Just like every other mega whale, he got special treatment and was told his audience that if you talk about Jinx, you will be banned.
3 years ago, we were doing a special retrospective marathon as an event here on DSP Gaming. We were going down memory lane. In fact, this might have been my last retrospective event. I don't even remember. We were going down memory lane. We were watching old videos. We were having a good time. And we just so happened to be watching a random channel update vlog that I had done maybe like 10 years prior. Okay, and in the vlog, I happened to be wearing a vest, a beige vest, and everyone was like, "Do you have that? Do you have like a puffy jacket style vest?" It's like, you still have that because we've never seen you wear that in any kind of recent time frame. And I was like, what it is I moved out to Washington. When I moved out here, all the weather out here is different. I don't really wear that kind of clothing anymore. If I go out, I'll wear I have a leather jacket. I'll wear my leather jacket out or whatever if it's colder in the winter or fall. But outside of that, I wouldn't really be wearing that kind of like puffy vest anymore. That was like more Connecticut style clothing from where I came from. I said, I don't know if I have it, honestly. Let me go look. So I go downstairs, all right, and I go into my closet downstairs, and lo and behold, I come out of the closet, and there it is. And it looks brand new. It's like unworn, right? And people are like, holy crap, you still have it? That's the one from over a decade ago you have. I was like, yeah, look, it's brand new. It didn't fall apart. It's really good quality, right? And people are like, well, why don't you wear it? So I'm not going to wear it indoors. That's stupid. I don't need to wear a jacket indoors. So what we came up with the idea was that since I'm now an interactive live streamer, right? If I raise a certain amount of funds, support in this particular stream, I'll put on a vest. And so we started this practice. If I raise $100 on any particular stream, I'll put on a vest. Somehow, and I don't know how, this idea took off. Ladies and gentlemen, we hit an unprecedented vest streak. How many was it? I don't even know how many it was, but it lasted like 3 months. It was like, I want to say it was like March or April, and it lasted through like July. I'm completely wrong probably with the timing, but people are saying 270, 250. It was something like 250, 260, 270 straight streams. I do 2 streams a day, right? So you're talking, it was like a 3 to 4 month streak where every single stream I was raising $100 in tips. It was superb, tremendous, right? It helped a lot because at that point I was going through a bankruptcy, all right? I had no money. All my money was going to bills and lawyers and all kinds of shit. And basically, if that hadn't happened, I would have been way hard up, and it was really helpful at that time in my life to have that support. And so it was called the vest streak. We actually had a thing at the bottom of this piece of vest streak. To every stream when we hit the vest goal, another number added to the streak, right? But I'll be honest with everyone, because you guys know me. It kind of got annoying, and here's why it got annoying. Of course, not because I was being supported. That was amazing. The level of support I was receiving was outstanding, tremendous, over-the-top positive, okay? But basically what happened was people started coming to the streams, and let's be honest, it was trolls. It was people who pretended like they were fans, but they were here to derail my content. And they would come to the streams, and they'd be like, oh, is Phil gonna hit the vest goal? Oh, the goal. Is he hitting the goal? What vest is he gonna wear? Was we a vest today? The vest. And basically the whole chat would end up being, vest. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Right? Absolutely positively bullshit. And I don't want my whole stream to be about that. I don't want everyone on the stream to be talking constantly about income, to be talking about support levels, all right? If someone's gonna mention it, it should be me. I'm the one running the business. I'm the one running everything. So if I feel the need to do a plug, it's like, hey guys, want to support the stream, please do this. That's on me. That's not on the viewer. But what happened was we had people, we had dozens of people coming in and did with stock accounts and everything. The vest streak, the vest. And it got annoying. Even my viewers who were here for gameplay were like, dude, this is too annoying now. Like, this vest streak is kind of like a double-edged sword. I mean, yeah, it's a blessing because you're getting all this support, but the quality's dropping because it's just annoying to hear these idiots talking about it constantly. We don't want to hear that. So eventually the vest streak ended. And after that, things tapered off. I still get great support, all right? Well, it's not a regular thing that we're hitting goals. By the way, since then, we've even instituted different changes. I left Twitch. I lost a lot of income when I left Twitch. I came over here to YouTube, and we actually adjusted the goals. Now we have 3 tiers of goals, a $50 goal, a $100 goal, and a $150 goal. It's gunner glasses at 50, a hat of your choice at 100, and a vest of your choice at 150, okay? So things are different now, years later. But very rarely are we hitting these goals. And quite frankly, I'm not harping on it. Overall, in the day, I do really well for a streamer of my size. I mean, ridiculous. I have some of the most supportive viewers on this planet, and I know that. I'm incredibly grateful for it, okay? So I'm not going to sit here and harp on it every day, But for the most part, things are good. But then this week, all of a sudden, we started hitting the goals every stream. And I'll be honest, it's a combination of regulars coming and doing the regular support, combined with someone named Jinx, who just started showing up and contributing not only with tips, but also gifting memberships to the channel. And I'll be honest, I don't know who Jinx is. Jinx says that there's someone who's a longtime supporter. He said, I've watched you since way back in the day. I appreciate all the content you put out, and now I can support your channel, okay? And listen, I really appreciate that. However, I know someone like this, they're not going to last forever. They're not going to be here on every stream. They're not going to support every stream. But literally, 6 streams in a row, we have hit the goals. All the goals. The gunner glasses, the hat, and the vest. So that's tremendous. And that has not happened. I don't think we've had a 6-stream streak like that. We haven't had that since... I can't even remember. The vest, I don't think it was the vest, because I think we have had 6 days in a row where we hit goals, but it's like very rare. Even during the biggest releases, Resident Evil 4 earlier this year, last year, even Elden Ring, I don't think we were hitting 6 straight days where we were hitting all the goals like that. So this is unprecedented, except for the vest streak 3 years ago, you see? So that's why people are saying, oh, it's the vest streak. The vest streak is back. Here's the thing. I don't want to make my content about that ever again. I learned from my mistake 3 years ago how it became all about talking about the vest streak and the support in the vest streak. I don't want it to be like that anymore, all right? That's why I'm not going to put vest streak down here on the leaderboard, and we're going to start counting. We're not going to do that. You guys want to count it. I'm not going to stop you. But I'm not going to sit here and make every single stream about the vest, the vest, the vest. If we hit the vest, goal, the vest. We're not doing that, okay? So I'm just going to forewarn everyone. If people sit around and start doing this and start making all about that and essentially derail the streams and making that we can't concentrate on the gameplay and have good talk anymore and instead it's about the vest, they're not going to be here. You're going to be gone. Just like everyone else causing drama, just like everyone else who derails my streams, it's not allowed. Because that's what it is. That's exactly what it's called, derailing. That's what it was 3 years ago. People coming to the streams, they didn't care what game I was playing, they didn't care what we were talking about. They literally came in here to talk about money to make it look like that's all I care about. Well, that's not the case. I'm putting out meaningful content for my audience first, and if I get to get support or make a living doing it, that goes hand in hand with putting out good content people like. But that's kind of the icing on the cake. Primary, focus, the number one thing I'm focused on is having a good time with you and making good content for you. All right? So it's been amazing this week so far. 6 straight streams of hitting all of our goals. Both, by the way, tips goals and membership goals, because we've exceeded member goals every day too. That's why we're 100 members more than we were just 3 days ago, you see? So this has been outstanding. Can we keep it up? I have no idea. Am I going to freak out if we don't? No. It's not a big deal if we don't. Support comes and goes. Things get good. Things get slow. It's all good. It all evens out in the end, and it's all a good time. As long as we're having a good time together, that's all that matters, man. So I'm not going to make it all about that. Understand that. And I don't want to see people sitting in the chat constantly talking about Jinx, because he's been a supporter for 3 days, and talking shit, and where is he? What's going on with Jinx? Fuck off. It's none of your business. Why are you stalking Jinx, right? Fuck you.
In a hilarious moment, Jinx during a DSP versus the internet was saying that he hated React content and wouldn't support the content. DSP thought this was a troll and banned him on site. Then Jinx tipped him to tell him that he was banned, and DSP started freaking out.
Okay, so Jinx is actually here, but I don't know if the account that I banned was an impersonator or if it was someone else. I have no idea. I don't think Jinx is in the chat, right? Because Jinx is here and tipped me. I don't know if this is the real, if the Jinx that I banned was a real Jinx or a fake Jinx. I have no clue. At this point, it's been so long, I scrolled off the screen ages ago. So, I'm not even going to be able to find it. Because it was like 20 minutes ago, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't find it here now. Well, all I can say, Jinx, if you email me and you send me the link to your YouTube channel, Jinx, if you email me the link to your YouTube channel, I can unban you. Obviously, I'm going to the next part now, so I'll have to do it, try to do it between parts or whatever. Anyway, so Jinx, yes, if you email me, I'll take a look, send me the link to the URL to your channel, and I'll see if I accidentally banned you, because obviously I didn't mean to. But I don't know if it was you or an imposter who would come in here and say something pretty toxic, honestly. They were like, oh, React content is horrible, and I would never support anyone who does React content or something like that. So obviously, I'm not going to freaking allow that in the chat, someone being completely destroying the show I'm doing, right? I'm not going to allow that. But, so Jinx tipped me $68. He says, I think I might be banned. I don't know if someone was impersonating me or not, but I apologize, and also vest type. Okay, so I have no idea if it was him or not. But you have to understand, if that was you, and you came on the channel and you're like, oh, I hate all React content, and I don't support any of it. Like, that's fine, but why would you come to the React channel and literally say that in the chat of the React show that I'm doing live? People are obviously going to cause problems, I didn't even know if that was really you that I didn't even know that was you. Thank you so much, Jinx. Again, biggest contribution of the day. This is keeping the vest streak alive at this point. 5 straight streams.
At this point, DSP was rolling in extra money, and people started suggesting a new PC, and DSP being DSP talked about how the money is going to bills and other stuff. He then said that he doesn't have to tell you what he does with his money.
Let's talk. First of all, it is official. The support streak of 20 straight streams ended last night. I'm not surprised. With the insane amount of support that came out during the Fight and Feast Marathon on Sunday, it was definitely going to be ending at some point soon. And what's funny about that is, yesterday, on the main gameplay stream, which was Star Wars, it continued, and it had nothing to do with Jinx. Jinx was the person who had started this streak, was coming in with giant tips almost every stream. And I would say maybe out of the 20 straight streams we did, probably about 17 of those streams were championed by him, while there was probably 3 or 4 streams that were everyone else, and he wasn't really involved. But definitely during the Fight and Feast, oh my freaking god, he massively supported that stream in such a huge way. He was gifting memberships, he was doing ginormous tips, he gave me to drink shots of tequila and everything. And of course, that was kind of like a Hail Mary, and even got tapped out, and he even said yesterday, yeah, I'm not going to be contributing anymore at this point, I'm tapped out. And we still hit the goal on the first stream, which is absolutely amazing, alright? But then finally last night, as we were playing Oblivion, it finally cooled down. Still had a great stream, we still had good attendance, good engagement, decent support. We had good super chats and memberships, but the tips finally calmed down. And we did not hit any of the goals of the tips last night, which is perfectly fine. And finally, the streak came to an end. So now the good thing is, thank you. Because here's the thing. There's people who always want to be up in my personal business. And immediately when the streak started, oh my god, where's all that money going and what's this going? First of all, it's no one's business. Absolutely no one's business whatsoever where any money goes that I make on this stream. Alright? I could be spending it for great things. I could be spending it for frivolous things. I could be donating it to charity, or I could be fronting it to a drug ring out in Brazil. It's none of anyone's business. It doesn't matter. And you have no right to ask what anyone does with any money that they make on stream. It's none of your fucking business. So even by asking that, you're breaking the rules of the stream. And if I see people talking about that kind of crap in my chat, you will receive a permanent ban. Just so you know. It's none of your business whatsoever. Now, some people have already started to say things like, well, we'll buy a new PC and we'll do this and we'll do that. All right. I'll give you a little bit of transparency as much as I can without essentially getting too personal, all right? The good news is I now have a little bit of a surplus because this has been, a week and a half essentially of over-the-top support. By the way, on my normal streams, I would still get good support, but this is just above and beyond that, okay? So I have a little bit of a surplus. Already, I can tell you I put some of that towards monthly bills where I paid forward a little bit more on some bills to kind of clear me and give me a little bit in a better position, all right? So that's number one. That already some of it has gone to very important things. I do have a little bit of a surplus that I'm purposefully saving. That way, if something happens, let's say, for example, oh my God, there's my car breaks down or a piece of equipment breaks or something goes wrong and I need some money to do something, I have it. That is the pitfall of having basically little to no credit, is, having a bankruptcy many years ago that, I don't have the same abilities as everybody else. I don't have just money to charge or spend on a whim, but I'll have a little bit of extra, which is nice. It's nice to have that flexibility. This will also take a little bit of pressure off of the next several months when I'm going to start buying lots of new games and everything. It won't be really a concern that I have to invest that money back into the business, and I have that flexibility. But the truth is, I don't need to be telling you this. I really don't. It's literally none of anyone's business what any content creator or streamer does with the money that they've raised. It's just that people on the internet are scumbags to me. They've made so many things up about me and said so many nonsensical things about me that are complete bullshit or based, again, on a nugget of truth that they turn into an insane conspiracy with no factual substantiation that people will literally question every little thing I do. Like, for example, if today I was going to play Zelda and I picked up my controller and you notice it's a white controller, people will be like, wait a minute, what's that? He didn't have that controller before. He had a black Pro controller. Why is he playing with a white controller? Where did he get it from? How much was it? What was the money spent? You see what I mean? It's insane. These people are fucking nuts. That's not normal behavior. That's obsessive behavior in a very toxic way. And this is what I deal with every day of my life. So please understand that's why I don't reveal more about my personal life. That's why I don't do house tours. That's why I don't do all this shit. These people are actually crazy and have lashed themselves onto me in a very negative way in order to propagate that crazy conspiracy and toxicity.
The new streak would go on for 20 straight streams, but the last time he hit the goal was on the Street Fighter Marathon. Now I know what you're asking, why did it end so fast? Well, DSP decided to do shots for money, even though he says he's a former alcoholic. DSP got tipsy and doxed Jinx live on stream.
There's something special that I do for marathons, and I am going to be doing it today. If I receive a $100 tip at any point during the course of today, it has to be $100 or more, I'm going to be taking a shot. Now, in previous streams, there were various different liquors that I've drank. Today we're doing something different that I've not had yet on a stream. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a handle, that's correct, a handle of tequila. You're going to see Drunken Ryu today, depending on how much support actually comes in during the course of the stream. All right? Now, I'm not drinking this whole thing. You're on your mind, okay? I basically just bought a giant thing of tequila just to have for a long time and have margaritas and stuff with my wife. But there we go. We got tequila here today. I got my shot glass. We're ready to go. However, you have to understand something. We didn't just break it. I have to pace myself. All right? And here's what I mean by that. I'm not going to be taking nonstop shots. Right now, if 5 people tip $100 each, I'm not going to say, okay, I'm drinking 5 shots back to back. I'd be an idiot, okay?
I might have another tip. Oh my God, seriously? Wow. So Jinx, excuse me. Jinx tipped me $100 again. This is insane today. Jinx has been tipping so much all day long. Yeah, guys, again, people are like, why'd you say Ryan? Because I'm tipsy. I've been doing this all day. I read another email. I have a bunch of emails that I told you guys I'm doing different stuff today with emails. So please just ignore me. I'm being stupid because I'm tired and, I say half buzzed. Because I'm not really buzzed, okay? Anyway, so I got a $100 tip from Jinx, another one, okay? I got a $2 tip here from Ryan. No, I'm just kidding. This is from Captain James Tiberius Kerr.
The next day he would go on to try to do damage control and lie about doxing Jinx.
So yesterday during my marathon, all right, probably about 2/3 through it, I was doing shout-outs. And one of the shout-outs that I was doing was a very generous contribution to Jinx. So I'm shouting out, and as I'm shouting out, there was a bunch of emails in my inbox that day, and it just so happened that there was a couple of emails from people that were completely unrelated to the marathon. There was things in there from people who had, like one person wanted to donate something to the stream, and there was a couple of people requesting, like, unbans, okay? So as I'm shouting out a tip from Jinx, okay, I accidentally said, like, thank you, Ryan. And the reason I said that was because the next email in my inbox there was from someone named Ryan, and it was actually an unban request, okay? So now, of course, I said that. So what happens? Everything you gotta go, oh, you see now he doxed Jinx. Everyone knows who Jinx really is. His name is Ryan. It's completely wrong, actually. Oh, look. I don't care about his fucking son. I don't care about this. I'm not doing that at all. That's not what happened at all. They made it up. There's no evidence of what they're saying. They're just completely making it up because I accidentally said a name instead of Jinx. I said Ryan. Because I misspoke. Because I was able to do a million other things during the marathon, and it's a mistake I made. It was a different email. Come to find out, here's what's actually funny about that, right? So that happened, and then I got another email from like 2 other different people whose names were going to be Ryan, and they were like, oh, did you accidentally say my name or something on screen? I was like, no. Well, I'm telling you guys, it's not. None of this was related to you guys. Everyone basically thought that I like boxed them on the stream. I was getting all these emails from people. They're all nervous and shit. I was like, no, it's none of you. It was someone unrelated who was trying to get unbanned from my stream. His name happened to be Ryan. Their email. I don't even know, how that associates with their YouTube account. I'm sure it's not the same name. And I was like, so just because now if anything happens, that's some kind of a mistake. If I accidentally say like a word that's the wrong name, now there's an insane conspiracy behind it, no matter what. It's like, what the fuck? So I literally have to be absolutely perfect in every aspect of my life. God forbid I stumble over a word or something. Like, that's the end of everything. Like, Phil did it, dog, someone did this, he did that. Like, what? So what what are you talking about? People are just nuts, you know? Like, yesterday was a crazy long marathon. It was fun as hell. I was drinking, so obviously I was like tired, and I'm gonna, you know, make a few small minor mistakes and accidentally say a name that I didn't mean to say. It would have nothing whatsoever to do with what was going on the stream. Only ask, obviously, the funny thing now is that everyone thinks my name is Ryan as well, even though you've known my name for the past 3 years when I first emailed you. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That these people are dumb. These people just make shit up for the sake of drama. So now they're gonna ask, oh, Phil's doxing people and everything's like this. I literally get to a thing. If I sneezed, they would have said his name was fucking good Zoom pipe, right? Like, dude, they're nuts.
But it was all for nothing, as the next stream, the streak ended, and Jinx started appearing less and less on streams, only popping up on special occasions.
All right, guys, indeed. Very good. Very good stream tonight. Had a great time. Thanks to those who didn't troll, and thanks to those who were chilling. Also, yes, it is official. Tonight is the end of the streak. It was 20 streams. Yesterday, or earlier today, was the 20th straight stream that we had the tips call. Obviously, tonight we did not do it. It's perfectly fine and acceptable. Thank you all who did support the stream during that crazy streak, and I really appreciate that. Looks like tomorrow, we're kind of back to normal. All right? But it was good. It was a good stream. I'm not complaining again. It was a good 20 straight freaking streams of Insano support as well. I do agree, Sadalgum, 20 is a good number to end it on. Absolutely it is. So.
We also got some new lore from DSP, as we found out he never learned how to ride a bike because of his bad neighborhood. He then started talking about a story involving his dad, which makes him sound like a brat.
Bike. Okay? My dad was teaching me to ride it. We went out maybe 2-3 times, and I was just starting to get the hang of it. Okay? And then my next door neighbor, who was around the same age as me, went out on his bike one day. He was riding his bike, and he got his ass jumped, beaten up to a bloody pulp, and had his bike stolen. And when that happened, I said, I don't want to fucking ride a bike in this neighborhood. And I kept telling my dad, like, nah, this neighborhood's not safe. I'm not gonna fucking ride a bike. Like, I'm not stupid. I'll stay in the yard and play with my friends or go to their yard. I'm not gonna fucking ride around. And because of that, I never actually learned to ride my bike. And eventually, my dad sold it. He sold it off because it was a good bike. And my dad bought me this bike, and it just went to waste. And then, funny enough, okay, this one time, so this already happened. Okay, so already I wasn't gonna ride a bike. It wasn't a big deal. I didn't care about it. We went to this charity basketball game where I think it was like the fire department against the cops. Okay, and at the charity basketball game, they were doing a raffle. So my dad entered the raffle, and there's tons of prizes you can win. They do the raffle. We win the grand prize. Take a wild guess what the grand prize was. A bike. Not only a bike, it was a 1990s high-end, all the bells and whistles, crazy neon orange stripe paint bike. Like, this is one of the ones you would go to like Toys R Us or a kid's store, and it would be the most expensive bike they fucking have in the store, and every kid wants it, but no one gets it. That's the fucking bike that I want, right? So here I am now. I know I'm not riding this bike. Like, dude, if my neighbor riding a normal bike got their ass jumped and got their bike stolen, can you imagine if my ass jumped on this fucking neon tiger stripe bike riding through my neighborhood? I probably wouldn't get 2 blocks of concrete before 10 people punch me in the face and take the bike. So basically, you know, I won the bike, and I had to go up with my dad and pose in front of everyone as they applauded that I won the bike. And literally, the bike came home, and my dad's like, well, I guess we gotta figure out how to get rid of this. And we sold that one too.
At this time, his money started dipping more and more, as was the start of the summer decline for support. He started spending more money on WWE champions as a stress relief, and anytime that happens, he makes up a story to get pity bucks. We got the return, this year, of chargebacks.
How fucked up some people are, all right? So earlier today, there was someone who I guess had tipped a bunch. Now, I don't know who tips what, because if you don't put your name in the tip, I have no idea who it's from. Okay? I really have no clue who a tip comes from. All right? So this person was tipping multiple times. And apparently, they tipped once or twice, and they were bringing up drama. Distinctly, I remember 1 or 2 tips were like real big drama shit from outside the stream. As you guys know, that's not allowed. So I ignored those tips. Now, they came in later on the stream with more tips that weren't drama related. One asked, why did you skip my earlier tips? And I explained why. And the other tips that came in were completely unrelated, and I answered all of those questions or whatever as normal tips. They're charging back all the tips right now. Everyone. Even the ones that I addressed, even the ones that I answered, they're just charging them all back anyway. Because they just can't, because they're scumbag. You see? It's fucked up. These people are fuck faces. You know? It's not like, listen, you know the rules of the stream. I told you the rules of the stream. I said, no drama. It literally is pinned in the chat. It says no drama. You actively choose to do a couple tips that are drama related. I have the right to skip them. Okay? So now you do other tips that aren't drama related, and I give you full shout outs. I credit them. I add them to the running total of the stream. Oh, I'm gonna charge those back too. Okay, so you're a piece of shit, basically. You're a human piece of fecal matter. Because you have no fucking respect. You have absolutely no honor. You're just a scumbag who came on the stream to fuck with me. You know? It pisses me off. It does. It really pisses me off because it's not like I selectively said I just don't want to entertain the tips from this person. It's the content of the tip. Everyone is subject to the rules. No one is immune to the rules of the stream. Every single person. Whether you don't contribute at all, whether you contribute a ton, whether you contribute $1, whether you contribute $100, everyone has to abide by the same rules. It makes it even for everyone. So you choose actively to break the rules. I'm going to ignore you. You choose to be a nice person and talk about other topics that aren't rule breaking. I'll entertain it. But that means now I get punished because you're a scumbag, basically. You're going to charge back everything. Okay, fuck it. You know, it really pisses me off, but what are you going to do? Some people are just scum.
DSP also decided to make an improvement on his streams. Instead of manually blowing bubbles, he bought a bubble gun.
And, I wonder what it could be. Oh my god! Holy shit! That's a lot! Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a bubble gun. That was pretty awesome, and that was like half a second of holding it down. But the bubble gun is amazing, alright? It is absolutely amazing. However, there's a catch to it. This thing uses a lot of bubble juice. That's the bubble juice it came with, and it uses a lot of bubble juice. So if I even like hold it down for more than half a second, this thing starts shooting out like dozens and dozens of bubbles all over the place. And it was funny because I tried it yesterday for the first time, and Kat says, wow, that's really good, but be careful because you're in a room with a bunch of electronics, and if you go crazy, right? You might end up like soaking all your electronics in bubbles, and and also it gets everywhere. You gotta be careful. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was actually funny because I'm talking with my moderator team, okay? And I told them, hey guys, guess what? I got something new for the streams tomorrow. And they go, oh no, Phil, is it a setup? I was like, what are you talking about? They go, oh, did someone send you a gun that looks like a handgun so you put it on stream and everyone will look and think that you have a gun on stream and try to get you banned from YouTube? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is an authentic Glock, and now I'm going to be banned from YouTube because this is such a dangerous weapon. All right, you can't send your kids to my streams because I'm waving firearms. Okay, so what it is, it looks like an alien blaster, doesn't it? It kind of looks like the alien blaster from like Fallout. But just to show you how crazy good this is, watch this. Ready? That's a lot of bubbles, dude. And it's cool that they're small, but they shine nicely. Like they're really good quality bubbles, right? That's cool. Now, whenever we hit a bubble goal on the stream, I'm going to use the bubble gun. All right, that's how we're going to do it from now on. Now, of course, the question is, do we really want to do full screen? Because this is how I used to do it. I used to do this, but now it's like too up close, and now you can't really see the bubbles. I think you might want me to actually be going full screen or on webcam, let's just stay the widescreen webcam, so when I shoot them, you can see them all on camera, because now they're going everywhere. All right? But, ladies and gentlemen, you see, around here on DSP Gaming, when we have a new edition, we just don't do it normal. A lot of people, they would say, wow, that's great, it's a new edition, it's very exciting, it's streams, this is cool. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, here on DSP Gaming, that's just not one step. One step isn't too far. We gotta go the whole Monty in. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the dual-wield bubble guns. Yes! Not firing. All right. The dual-wield bubble guns. That's what I'm talking about here on DSP Gaming, baby. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my, I'm so... Dude, there's bubbles everywhere. It went absolutely everywhere on my setup. That's right. I'm a Kimbo bubble, baby. Yeah! Woo! All right. I dare you to say I'm still on level 1 now. But anyway, I have to now get a tissue and clean because like the bubbles went everywhere. Like they're seriously all over my desk here. Which is what that's what I was afraid of. It was the bubble guns like this. It said the bubbles are gonna go everywhere, explode, and make a big bubbly soapy mess. And indeed they have. Alright?
One of his most memorable playthroughs this year would start this month, as DSP would play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This game would prove how dumb he was, and show how he lacked any imagination. Here's an example of his gameplay.
Only use one? Only use one fan. Seriously. There's no way it's gonna work because I can't activate it now. You see, that's the problem, is like, if I don't do it within like a few minutes of trying, I just put 25 minutes on that, I just don't care anymore. I'm a streamer, I have to make progress, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and waste all my time. But it's hilarious online, I'm seeing these crazy someone built a mech, someone built a Trojan horse, someone built that, that's great, and how many hours did you waste doing that exactly, right? Like, seriously, how many fucking hours did you waste doing that superfluous nonsense you don't need to do to play the game? And it's great you can do it, but the normal person doesn't have time to sit here like an idiot and fucking spend 40 hours building your mech. So I just want to make progress now, so screw this. I just don't care, I understand what they're going for with the building. Oh, look how creative and ingenuous it is. Yeah, except that normal people don't do that. Normal people want to like make progress in the game and see story elements and do a dungeon. I don't want to fuck around with your building. If I want to do that again, I'll play Minecraft or something, where it's meaningful to the universe. Seriously, I don't want to fucking play a building game, I want to play Zelda. I really don't, I just don't want to play a building game. I'm interested in Zelda. That's what I bought Zelda for. Oh shit, oh, you threw me off. This is gonna be interesting. How the hell do I hit the thing? Aw. There's like no way to hit it. It's gonna take me forever. What happened? Forget it. Now there's no way I can do this. I can't do any damage. If I'm doing no effective damage, this fight will take me like an hour to do. Even if I do it right, it'll still take me an hour. After shattering the boss, grab the crystal. How would I get it back to the shrine though? It was funny you say it's a kid's game. Dude, this one is definitely not a fucking kid's game. This is not a children's Zelda at all. There's no way you can even consider it a children's Zelda. Just the complexities of the things you can do in the game. This is 1 million% game for adults. Tell me how a little kid's gonna beat this fucking game. No kid is gonna beat this shit. You're kidding me! Riding full speed, the lightning hones in on you and hits you? You see, this isn't fun. I'm sorry. Randomly, a glue monster appears, takes all of your health. Oh, you don't have enough stamina to climb something standard at the beginning of the game. Oh, lightning just hones in on you and kills you. How is this fun?
He would then go on his podcast and say how he is frustrated with the game, complaining about the dumbest things possible.
I really like the game, but already, 7 hours in, I'm starting to see some shortcomings in the game. That definitely, I think, are going to be things that maybe are going to hold back this playthrough. So far with Zelda, it's mostly positive, but I can tell you right now, from playing 7 hours in, I'm already starting to see some issues. So issue number 1, alright, this game, if you're not aware, has 3 different worlds. Yes, there is a sky world of a bunch of floating islands, and I guess you could compare that either to like Skyward Sword or to like Wind Waker, where it feels like you're kind of in a sea and there's all this stuff you can travel between and explore. Then you've got your standard overworld, which is the planet level, which is kind of like Breath of the Wild. In fact, it is Breath of the Wild, right? It literally, I think, is the same map, just re-explored and redesigned. But now, we found out last night, there's a third world under the surface of the planet called the Depths. Some people are comparing this to, say, the dark world of other Zelda games. Breath of the Wild, which I played 6 years ago, alright? I really enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. But I particularly remember by the time we were getting near like the last third of the game, that it definitely felt like the game was dragging on, that it was taking too long, and that we were just like, just, wrap it up, right? Just wrap it up. There's so much to do. I wish we could just get to the end of this game. When I started playing Breath of the Wild, everyone liked it on stream, and by the time we got to about halfway through the game, everyone was actually getting frustrated, saying, man, this game is too long. And I think it is a major thing that we need to start talking about in the modern era, game length, okay? At what point is a game too short, too long, or hitting that perfect happy medium spot in the middle? Because I do feel like game developers these days don't really consider this. Or, for example, some game developers just want games to be so long, but is everything you're doing in the game meaningful, right? I would much rather play a 20 to 25 hour, streamlined, linear, awesome experience than an 80-hour open-world, bloated experience where like 50 hours of gameplay are pretty unnecessary and bent on backtracking and open-world exploring. When I take a look at a game like Tears of the Kingdom, and you say, well, Nintendo's charging $70 for it, okay? You immediately say, well, why do they think that they can justify $10 more? Well, based on what I'm seeing now, 7 hours in, I know where their justification's coming from. They're basically saying, it's Breath of the Wild plus up here, plus down here. We've essentially almost doubled the number, the content from the first game. But it begs the question, do modern gamers want an experience that's 100 plus hours long? Is it going to hold interest, and is it going to actually be interesting that entire time, or are you going to get bored, right? It'll be interesting, because the thing is, with a game like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, there's no achievements. There's no trophies. Now, here's the thing. I approach things from a different perspective. I approach it from the perspective of a content creator, all right? Not only am I playing a game for myself, I'm playing it for you. I'm not just sitting here in 100 hours of my personal time. This is me actually putting out a lengthy playthrough for you and trying to entertain an audience of hundreds, and then on demand, an audience of thousands, right? And it can be tricky, because I feel like with a game like the Tears of the Kingdom, if we approach this from an interactive content creator's perspective, if we play this game and it's the game that we talk, we chill, we have fun conversation while entire 2 to 3 hour streams, all I'm doing is exploring the open world, doing some temples, opening up some map, portions, maybe do a dungeon here or there, whatever it may be, as long as we are interacting, right? I think it can work. But even then, if you take a look at a game like, for example, Oblivion, that's exactly the take that we've had with Oblivion, and I've been playing Oblivion since December. Currently, as of today, when we resume Oblivion on the late stream, I'm around 72 hours into Oblivion. And I can tell you right now, it feels like it's time to end the playthrough. It feels like it's exhausting at this point. Like, dude, we've been playing Oblivion for a really long time. So how am I supposed to be playing a 100 to 120 hour long game, right? Even, let's be honest here, a normal person who doesn't do what I do for a living, who has a job, a family, you're in school, you have responsibility, you can't just sit around playing games all day. Realistically, how many hours a day does a normal person have to play games? A couple hours, maybe? You expect me to play this game for 3 months, and I'm still gonna have interest in it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. At this point, I'm starting to actually strongly question game developers' logic when it comes to the way they're developing games. Okay? And here's where I'm starting to actually get legit upset, only 7 hours in. So every optional dungeon, or every puzzle that I've done, I've tried to do the optional objective. And the optional objective, arguably, is much harder than the standard objective. You have to figure out, like, an extra way to do the puzzle solving, the traversal, whatever it is, to get this extra chest. Okay? I've opened up 8 of these. Literally, every single one is a complete waste of your time. There's not been a single optional chest I've opened that had anything of use. Last night, the last thing I did on my Zelda stream was an optional temple. We figured out how to complete it, and then there was the optional chest. Okay, let's figure this out. So we figured it out. It took a while. It was tough. It was actually quite challenging. You had to make a thing that was in the way have to be suspended in the air, and you had to hit a ball with timing, and had to hit a target. So we figured all this out. It took like 15 minutes to figure out the second half. We go and we open the chest. It's an elixir. It's a stamina elixir. The same stamina elixir you can easily make yourself at any cooking area in the entire game. Much as what happens in these games, you have different groups working on the game, correct? So you had one group who was tasked with designing the puzzles in the temples, right? So all their task was make a challenging puzzle. So they did that, right? They said, here's a puzzle. The standard one is here. The extra one is here. It's an increase in difficulty, estimated 20 minutes to complete or whatever, right? But then you had another team, and that team was working on item placement. Oh, whereabouts in the game should certain items be for plot advancement? You don't want to put an item too early in the game because it would be overpowered. This particular temple is early on in the game. So the item placement team, not looking at the difficulty level of the temple, just arbitrarily places an item in the temple, not even realizing you had to solve a pretty difficult puzzle to get that reward, so you worked your ass off to solve it to get a piece of junk, right? That is a disconnect in game development. It should have been the teams working together and saying, wow, the actual difficulty level of the challenge equates in a better reward. If I'm going to work my ass off to solve this tough puzzle, give me something good. Give me a unique weapon. Give me a component I can combine for a unique item I never had before. Don't give me something I already have in my inventory, right? It's just stupid.
One of the things that annoys me is that unlike other open world games, this game is not a game that scales. It's a game that essentially has regions of enemies of various difficulty, and there's no way to tell how difficult those regions really are. So for example, at the beginning of the game, they just say, just go any direction. Oh, okay, I'll go this direction. Nope, everything there insta-kills you. Oh, well, I wouldn't have known that. Okay, let me go this direction. Nope, that's not it either. Okay, finally, let me head over all the way to the northwest. Now, finally, I can freaking explore because I'm not dying everything in one hit. And so then you go, you hit that direction, you're doing temples, you're doing stuff. Oh, I finally got to a story. Cool, one of the story areas is a story dungeon. Let's do it. And then after that, the game's kind of like, all right, now you figure it out. Wait, what? Well, where should I go next? You figure it out. Okay, let me go to this region. Nope, everything one shot kills you. It's like, again. Right? Now, it's funny because the game has no formal leveling system. It's not like an RPG where you grind, you get experience or anything. In this game, it's based on how many shrines you complete. Because when you complete those optional shrines, when you have complete 4, you either get a health upgrade or you get a stamina upgrade of your choice. Or you have to try to get equipment and or weapons of your own volition, meaning go to an area, kill a tough enemy, they'll drop components, and then start fusing things together to get better items that you can use. I don't think it always works. For simply, you can't get better armor that way. And if you're taking insane damage from each hit in a region where everything's high level, that's just that. It doesn't fly. You know what I mean? I almost feel like in this game, the combat takes a back seat. And then when you're actually forced to do the combat, that's kind of when the shortcomings of the game engine kind of rear its head. Where you're like, combat's just not that good. It's a little wonky. A lot of the weapons are kind of slow and clunky. And that's a little annoying. The thing is, when you're doing stealth and stuff, the game's actually pretty fun. Like yesterday, I was doing a mission where I was Lincoln. I was trying to see through a town and take out all these sleeping, like, baka bobolins or whatever the hell they're called. And that was entertaining to me. But then as soon as they alerted and they all rushed me and they're all insta-killing me, it's like, ugh. Right? Like, no, that sucks. So, it's kind of a mixed bag for me. I am enjoying it more than I'm not.
At this point, people started pushing back on DSP about Zelda, and you would get toxic against Nintendo and fanboys.
It seems like the Nintendo community absolutely positively love to complain, but then they spend their money anyway. So why complain? Just don't fucking complain anymore, right? Oh my god, we want Switch Plus, we want Switch 2, we want Switch improvement. And so they come out with the Switch OLED. That's not what I want to buy it anyway. Everyone buy them all. Oh, buy them. What the fuck is your problem? It's like, so they go bitch. They're like the super whiny, super loud complaining, but then you spend your money anyway no matter what, right? Oh my god, the Wii U sucks, the Wii U games are terrible, I can't believe the Wii U's so bad. Hey everyone, spend all our money on Amiibos for 2 years to keep Nintendo afloat, and don't play the games, but buy Amiibos instead. I mean, I wish I could make this up, but this is what happens all the time in Nintendo. Like, they always get the pass. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just confused as shit. That everyone has a right to complain. Everyone does have a right to complain about graphical performance in the modern gaming era. Everyone should be asking for better. If you're, especially a game like Zelda, the game's $70, $70, right? So why in the hell are we not demanding better? What exactly is the extra $10 going to? It ain't graphical performance, right? So where is it going? Why are we paying? I'm the exception to the rule here because I'm a content creator. I drop the extra money, but I'm going to be making a playthrough that's going to make tons of content for my streams, entertain you guys. It's not a big deal to me. But for the average person, yeah, why are you spending $10 more for what? What exactly are you getting out of it? Right? And again, why on earth does Nintendo get to pass? Criticize them and then say, no, we're actually going to change our spending methods instead of every time. It's hilarious. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Controller, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Bag to carry your Switch in there. And it's all selling like hotcakes. It's all just selling crazy. Tons of money for Nintendo. But then you shit on the game and say it looks like shit. Then don't fucking buy the stuff. It's one or the other. You can't have it both ways. You can't complain but then support. Then don't fucking support. Stop complaining or don't. You know what I mean? You want to talk about hypocrisy? Excuse me. Anyway, the other news story about Zelda. Get this. Tears of the Kingdom has only been out for 24 hours, not even in some territories. Right? It hasn't been out 24 hours for me yet. Someone already beat it in 94 minutes. Speedrunning. Broke it. Yeah, not kidding. Already done. That's modern game development. 2023 game development. Beat the game in 90 minutes. Fucking Zelda game. You're gonna find the article, IGN posted it, but I think multiple people have already linked to it. That people already already broke the fuck out of the game. Go give it a look. If you really want to see that, I mean, literally, you're skipping 99% of the content of the game. I don't see the point. But at the same time, it's pretty funny that they're still making games that are not pathetic and you just run right through it now. I mean, probably click right through a wall. Probably just like the first game, you probably end up right outside the final dungeon at the beginning. And it's like, oh, watch this. And you fucking run up the wall, and you glitch through it, and you just go fucking find Ganondorf at the end of the game, right? Who knows? I haven't seen it yet. I'm very curious, but that's pretty stupid. You can break the game in 90 minutes. I mean, what the frick, dude, right? Anyway, all right, I have one other story to talk about this morning before we get shout-outs and all this, okay? So the story is, that is true. Mega Man says, Mega Man NT says, keep in mind, people already illegally ripped and emulated the game on PC for OP, so essentially people had a week to do this. I guess that's a good point. I didn't think about that the game did illegally leak on the internet last week and people were playing it for free for ages, so maybe that's how they figured it out. You're probably...
This would get worse over the next month as he would start getting more eyes on him for various reasons. DSP at this point was getting laughed at by everyone, even the new people after watching the Side Scrollers interview and his Zelda playthrough. He went on a huge rant about his legacy and why he's not respected on YouTube.
Oh, this is hilarious. This is actually a very interesting question. Are you ready for this one? If you're so moral, how come you're one of the least respected YouTubers? It doesn't manifest in people that are consistently moral. Because respect on YouTube has nothing to do with reality. That's why. Literally, the level of respect you get on YouTube has nothing whatsoever to do with reality. It has to do with perception. It has to do with fads. It has to do with memes. It has to do with drama. And sadly, in the last decade or more, people have found ways to wrap me up in their horseshit drama time after time after fucking time. Sometimes it's my fault, because admittedly, I'll get wrapped up in it and then I respond to it, and when you respond to drama, all it does is propagate more trauma. But there have been many times when people have now determined it is fun to get Phil mixed up in our bullshit. And they will mix shit up, and they will literally start entire campaigns about me and against me that I have zero involvement in. But because they do that, it creates drama. And now guess what? People just think of Darkside Phil is involved in drama. Someone who's this, this, and this. Literally the things that most people don't like me for have absolutely nothing to do with what we're doing today. Me sitting here, having a fun podcast with you, or playing a game, or doing a reactor game. The things people don't like me for are things that they either made up, or they've extrapolated upon from private life that have nothing whatsoever to do with the content I put on the internet. But that's what I have to deal with because that's what YouTube focuses on. YouTube doesn't focus on reality. It focuses on really immature, stupid shit, and people fall into that trap constantly. So you say, well, why don't people respect you on YouTube if you're moral? Because so many immoral people pull me into their shit. It doesn't matter what I say or do. What matters is all that white noise bullshit that people see first. You understand? If people go on YouTube and the first thing that they search for is Darkside Phil, they're going to find 17, 18, 20 hate videos about all this controversial nonsense that literally is not real and is fabricated bullshit or based on a nugget of truth that's extrapolated into nonsense that's not true. And it has nothing to do with what I'm doing on my stream. Very rarely will you find any of this content have to do something about, Phil really goofed today. He said something atrociously bad that hurt a bunch of people. You won't even find that. What you'll find is, so-and-so said this about Phil. Phil refuses to do this and get sucked into drama, this or that. This stupid bullshit controversy about mobile games or this nonsense or that nonsense. That literally has nothing what the fuck to do with what I do on the internet. Nothing. Zero. That's what they've turned me into a weird drama meme. You understand? And that's fucked up because I don't have anything to do with it. I want nothing to do with it. I just want to be here and chill with my audience and have a good time. And for those who ignore that drama and actually come here and just relax with me, it's a great time. But that's the problem, is there's too many people wrapped up in bullshit. They're too stupid to realize that it is bullshit, and they just believe everything, and they're like, we love reveling in nonsense. Well, then live in your world of fucking nonsense. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not going to be involved in it. I refuse. Today, people trying to pull me into drama. Guess what? Not taking the bait. I'm going to do my own thing, do my own content, as I've always done. Why would I be wrapped up in drama? I'm not an idiot.
At this time, Boogie and Wings were preparing for the Boston fight in London, and people started asking DSP about possible redemption of Boogie and Wings. DSP got toxic, and then the audience asked about his own redemption, and it took a turn at Crazy Town.
This is funny. Tombstone Tuckerson says, do you see a redemption arc being possible for you? If so, what do you think has to happen? Here's the thing. For a redemption arc to happen, okay, someone had to have fallen, okay? I was popular like over 10 years ago at a time when YouTube was into a certain kind of content. Then I basically became the whipping boy through memes and This Is How You Don't Play for a decade or more. But I still make content for an audience that likes me. There's a lot of idiots who don't like me, but that doesn't mean that I fell from grace. I never had the grace to begin with. I was never a virally popular person. When you're talking about redemption arc, you look at someone who literally, everyone is crapping on the internet, but they're not getting any positivity. They're not getting any kind of love. They're barely scraping by, and all of a sudden something turns around for them, and now everyone likes them. Well, how is that going to happen for me? The only way, again, that would happen is for me to completely change who I am. The kind of content I make, I'm literally never going to be popular, you understand? YouTube video consumption is not for the kind of content I put out. It's not. They want drama. They want crazy stunts. They want stupid behavior. They want, you know what I'm saying? They want clown jokes. They want dumb shit. That's what's popular on YouTube. Immature nonsense. I don't put out immature nonsense. So, unless I completely changed who I was on YouTube to buy into the drama, I would never blow up on YouTube. Therefore, a redemption arc isn't possible because I don't want to be redeemed by these idiots. I don't want fucking morons and clowns watching my content because I changed to be what they want to digest. I would rather make the meaningful content I like to make, and I have enough support to keep making. You understand? That's the difference. That's what people do. I can't believe he won't take the money or this. You're right. You can't believe it because you have a closed mind and you don't understand that I'm happy doing what I do and being who I am. I don't have to answer to anyone. I don't have to change who I am to be happy because I already am. The people who have these redemption arcs, they're miserable people. Oh, I hate who I am. I'm stuck in a rut. I gotta do the same thing. It's not me. It's literally not me. I love coming here to streams and making this content with you guys every single day. That's why I'm here. I wouldn't be here if I didn't enjoy it. I would find something else to do, or I would absolutely bank and capitalize on the drama and shit. I don't want to. I like who I am. I like the meaningful content I'm putting out, the curated content for a certain audience. You understand? That's correct. Tuesday Carlson says, I think Wings is now happy because he has a redemption arc. Wings literally sat on his streams every day saying he hated it. He hated his work, he hated his life. He was saying miserable things like this. He was stuck in a rut, doing things he didn't like. Now he likes what he's doing. Good for him. That's a redemption arc. Someone who was at the bottom and found a way to turn it around, and now is on a positive momentum. That's called a redemption arc. There you go. I like what I do. So does my audience. Everyone else just needs to leave me the fuck alone and stop trying to change me into some corrupted individual I want to be. I'm happy being Darkside Phil, the guy who's a small-time rinky-dink guy who has content for a small audience, and we can have this personal interaction and a good time every day. You understand? That's what it's all about. It's very different, right? I'm not miserable. I'm not sad. I like who I am and what I'm doing. I want to stay that person. And being that person and that level of content will never blow up and be redeemed on YouTube because that's not what they want. They want to see me blow up in popularity for being a clown. I'm not ever going to be a clown. Understand? It's not going to happen. No one's making any valid point. Someone says, you have bubblegum and you wear costumes for money. And what am I doing when we're doing that silly stuff? Gotta laugh. And then we move on to doing more gameplay, to having more meaningful conversation, right? You're not tuning into the Darkside Phil stream because you wanted to see me put on a cowboy hat or because you wanted to see me shoot a bubblegum for 2 seconds. The people who are actually here for the content, people who contribute to the content, are here for the content. Those things are nice. They're little frivolous things you can do that are nice, that add to it. It's a little bit of a celebration. It's a little silly. You know, sometimes you get a little silly to celebrate someone being nice to you, right? But that's not the end all be all of my content. You understand that? That's the difference, right? That's the big difference here. The point is, people can't see the truth because they don't want to, right? When you look at people who have hit their redemption arcs, it's because they hit their lowest lows. They hated who they were. They hated the content they were putting out. They didn't see a way out. And then somehow something turned around for them, right? But that's not me. I'm not, trust me, people want me to be miserable. People say all the time, oh, we believe that Phil hates his content, hates his audience, hates all this. It couldn't be further from the truth, but that's what they want. They want to believe that because they can't believe that someone like me is happy putting out small-time content. They can't believe it. What? Phil actually just wants to make this content for his small audience? Yes. Yes, I really do. That's actually, back in the day when I started on YouTube, that's what I was intending. That I would have a small audience who liked the silly stuff that I was putting out. I never really took it that seriously. It was just kind of a silly, frivolous hobby, a joke. I never intended to become someone who did this for a living. I never intended to blow up on YouTube, you know what I mean? It just kind of happened. And then it kind of unhappened when people decided it was more funny to make fun of me and bring me down, right, than it was to actually be a part of the positivity of the content I was putting out. The people who say shit like that, oh, Phil needs to be redeemed, they don't watch the content, nor do they want to. They would never just watch the content to understand the positivity we have here. They want to believe that I'm a miserable individual who hates his life and needs to be redeemed because it makes them feel better about themselves and the shit that they put out. They don't get it because they're not there. It's kind of like I say about my marriage too. If you've never been happy and in a position where you're truly happy, you never understand someone who's happy because you haven't had it. You maybe even believe that it doesn't exist. There are people who cannot believe that I'm happy sitting here putting out this content for you every day. That he's a liar. He's making it up. He, you have evidence that he hates his job and he hates his viewing audience. What are you talking about? Again, I have opportunity. I have so many opportunities to do other shit. People are offering me on a daily basis. We'll do a podcast, do this kind of content, this show, join us for this. I don't want to do any of it. I just love who I am and what I'm doing now, and this is what I want. I want this to evolve into more things as I get older that I control. I'm the master of my own destiny. Nobody else. No one else is gonna lock me into something that I can't control. And now that's when I would truly be miserable. If I gave up control of who I am, all right, in order to make money, that would essentially be the ultimate failure for me. If you want to see Darkside feel unhappy, that's when I would be unhappy. But being that I am the master of my destiny right now, and no one can tell me what to do or what kind of content to put out, that's where it's at, man. And there's highs and lows, there's times of popularity, and there's times of strife, and there's all kinds of stuff that happens that goes along hand in hand with that. But the fact that no matter what, I still am able to have fun with you guys on a daily basis, we're still able to love this kind of positive, non-destructive content. And that's a big key factor. What I'm making here on streams every day is not destructive to anyone. No one's being hurt by it, no one's being brought down or bited, you know what I mean? It's fun, positive content. That's what I strive to do for the rest of my life if I can, you understand? I just want to have fun and play games, and interact, and help people in some way every day, and not have to hurt others to get ahead. But that's what people on the internet who think about these redemption arcs don't understand. They don't get that. How could he like who he is or what he's doing? He needs redemption. No, I don't. But I need for you to leave the fuck alone and mind your own business. Move on. No one needs saving here. If anyone, you do. If you're so infatuated with me, you're the one with the fucking problem, not me. I'm doing all right.
Just like all the other months, we had unrecorded begging. However, this month we had him begging for support and also to keep the best streak alive.
So guys, we're gonna resume, but FYI, thank you for everything so far. If you could support the stream today, it'd be great. Remember, this is back to my normal streaming stuff. 2 streams a day. Hoping to hit some goals today. It'd be great if we had at least at the tier 1 tips goal today. We're at $38, so we're only $12 away from better glasses. If we did better than that, obviously it would be awesome too. But thank you in advance to anyone who supports the stream in any way, whether it be a like, a super chat, a membership, a keep the membership, a tip, all appreciated. Okay, thank you. Okay, so all right, guys, we are just so you know, we're about halfway through the gameplay of today's stream. I hope you guys are having a good time. I'm glad we're out of the depths, by the way, to do new stuff. Thank you for the help. Any support we greatly appreciate it, whether it's as simple as liking the stream or maybe a super chat, a super sticker, a membership, a gift membership, a tip, all appreciated. We're almost to our first tips goal. Like, we're very close. It would be great if we could hit that goal. Get the gun glasses where we're going. I guess we're not gonna hit this tips goal. Not even the tier 1 today. It would be nice if we could do that and have gun glasses, but it's not looking too good. We're about to go on break, just so you guys know. We're gonna spend a couple more minutes here, but probably gonna go on a break here. All right, so guys, I'm gonna take my break here. It's not gonna be a long one, maybe 10 minutes tops. Then we're gonna come back for just under another hour. Another hour of Zelda. Thank you for being chill. Thanks for being a great audience. When I come back, it would be great if at the very least we get the tier 1 tips goal. That would be great for today. But outside of that, everything else has been great. All right, so please enjoy the break. I'll be back shortly with more. From Jinx, he says, I love this playthrough so far. Seems like this DLC is dragging on. Can't wait to get back to the main story and invest tight. Well, we have hit the tier 1 tips goal for tonight with this $24 tip from Jinx. If you want to help out the stream tonight, there's a million ways you can do it. You can become a member. You can give the membership to somebody else. You can simply like the stream. We're at 76 likes and 100 likes. We do a celebratory bubble blow. You can do a super chat or a super sticker. Those are both great. Or you can tip. If you want to see the streak continue, we've had 7 straight streams so far where we've had both a hat and a vest. Please tip. The sooner you tip, the better, because the earlier that we hit these goals, the next hour you can pull and vote on what you want. We only have an hour left, so if we don't hit these quickly, there won't be time for polls, and I'm just going to have to grab something out of the closet fast if we happen to hit these goals, okay? Please, it would be great tonight, since this is the send-off of Oblivion. Man, it would be great if we could have some celebration, right? Some bubbles, perhaps. Maybe a hat, maybe wear the Viking hat, give it a send-off. I know the Viking hat I've been wearing on and off during Oblivion, because it kind of feels like it fits in the world of Elder Scrolls. It'd be nice to have the Viking hat tonight for the end of Oblivion, all right? So if you like this playthrough, this 5-month-long, 80-plus hour playthrough, please support the stream tonight in any way you can, whether it's simply liking the stream, which would get us towards our bubble goal of 100 likes, whether it's a super chat or a super sticker, a membership or a gifted membership to help the community, a tip, all would be very much appreciated. And thanks in advance to anyone. Obviously, I will do shout-outs when these contributions come in. Wow, well, I totally wasn't expecting this, guys. I used the restroom, I come back, and to my surprise, I received nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just kidding. Nothing there. Okay, thank you so much, obviously, to Change for the support. I believe it was Nathan who had gifted the membership earlier. Guys, we're at 61 likes. You know we try to hit 100 likes every stream, and you know we do a celebratory bubble blow if we hit it. So it'd be great if we could hit that. And by the way, it would be great if you could support the stream if you're enjoying it. Other than Jinx, we literally have 1 gifted membership, and that's it. So it'd be great if other people, if you're enjoying the content, if you can support it. It shouldn't all be on Jinx. As simple as liking the stream or a super chat, a membership, all that stuff counts. All right, guys? Okay. So guys, good stuff so far tonight. Thank you for chilling with me. Thanks for the engagement and support. If you are thinking of supporting the stream tonight, you hit our tips goal. It would be great if we can get some super chats or maybe some memberships or gifted memberships. Today was a very slow day for membership. We started at 7:02, and here we are, and we're still at 7:02 after all day. So it'd be great if you're thinking of maybe becoming a member, renewing, or maybe gifting to some fellow viewers. Tonight would be a good night to do that. All right. Outside of that, likes. We're at 72 likes. We hit 100. I will do a bubble blow with a bubble gun. But if we have to hit 100 likes, it's great for engagement. Please consider. Thank you. And guys, again, guys, it would be really great if you could support the stream today. We have had a very slow support stream. I don't know why. 2 of these Elden Ring streams have done really well, and today, as you can see, it's not doing so well. So anything you can lend for support would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you. All right, so guys, all I'm gonna do is pee. All right, and then we'll continue. I don't have time for a formal break. I went too late trying to kill that stupid thing. So I'm just gonna pee and come right back. I'm just gonna mute the mic. And guys, final hour. It really would be great if you could support the stream. As you guys can see, it's been a pretty darn slow stream. We have 1 new member, about $30 in super chats, and about $30 tips. So it'd be great if we could get a little bit more support in the next hour. All right. So guys, it is time for a quick break, about 10-15 minutes. When I come back, another hour, we're going to try to see if we can finish up Volcano Manor. I don't know if we will, but we'll see. And thank you. It would be great when we come back to possibly get a little bit more support in regards to hitting that hat goal. Yesterday, I didn't hit the tier 2 goal on either stream. In fact, between the two streams, I don't even think that we hit a tier 2 goal at all. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, total. So, we're going to get a little bit more support when I come back, but you guys have been a great audience, and I thank you for that. And I'll be back shortly with more. All right, I'll be back. I would say last chance if you'd like to support today's stream, it'd be a great time to do so. So that way, if we happen to hit, say, the tips goal, there'd be time to pull and have a hat rather than us rushing and me just tossing anything on. Let's continue. Got about 10 minutes to do it. Last chance if anyone would like to help the stream in any way, so it was liking stream or maybe a super chat or a super sticker or a tip, which would be nice because we haven't had one in about 2 hours. No exaggeration. Let's go.
By the way, I guarantee you there's going to be trolls and idiots today. I'll take care of them as I see them. It's fine. You know, whenever there's like a fallout from a big marathon or whatever, you get a bunch of idiots coming in here. And I already got a few of them earlier today. I'll take care of them as I see them. Apologies.
Trying to
It is what it is. No, there's no. I have not mentioned anything whatsoever about getting a new PC. All right, no, I've not mentioned that at all. The support in the last week and a half has been absolutely outstanding. Right now, it is helping a lot with bills and other stuff. Yes, I do have some surplus right now, which is great, but it's kind of already going to bills and things in the future. If this kind of support continues, which would be insane if it does, then yeah, we can start talking about long-term stuff. For now, though, I'm not jumping the gun and making any plans to spend thousands of dollars. I would certainly like to get a new PC by the end of the year, but being that has been great, so we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it soon. Let's see if the support continues and go from there. But I'm not jumping the gun and changing my whole setup right now. If anything, if you take a look between last year and this year, everything is improved. Like literally my visuals, the quality of my capture, right? Everything has improved dramatically since last year. The only thing is my PC is old and could die, and I just still every once in a while have a corrupted video. But it's not a humongous, imminent thing that needs to change immediately. Do I still get corrupted videos? I do. I still get corrupted videos, but it's, let me put it this way, when I get corrupted videos, it's not like, oh my god, I can't stop getting corrupted videos. It would be like, I get one a day and then...
I've got some advice, you should know Japanese on my mind. I ain't trying to hide, there's custard inside. It's the best thing you'll ever find. Ah, can't you eat fish? Don't you wonder how Dory tastes?
60 hours. Always been big fan.
I moved into this crappy little...
And the next week is another one, and then all of a sudden they just kind of calm down. Usually when I have a corrupted video, it's not a big deal. I can just pull that raw video out of the archive of the stream anyway, and then I use that. So it's not like a ginormous deal. Very, very often do I get a situation where the video corrupted, but I also can't get the video out of the stream, and now I'm screwed and I lost the video. That almost never happens, okay?
We got 100 likes tonight. We'll have a celebratory bubble blow, and I have a new bottle of bubbles. Brand new, just opened this morning. So it should be good bubble blowing now. The other one was at the bottom, which is why the bubbles were kind of inferior, but now we should have good bubble blowing moving forward. Super chats and super stickers are greatly appreciated. Any of those, great. Memberships, gifted memberships, also greatly appreciated. As you can see, sadly, we lost a ton of memberships this week. A lot of membership bombs must have happened at the end of March, and they expired at the end of April, early May. So now they've all gone away. Now we're down around 600. Sucks, we're at 700, which is great. So please consider becoming a member or maybe gifting membership to your fellow community member. That would help a lot, both the channel and someone else. And also consider tipping. Tipping would be great. Earlier today, we did all right. The first stream was okay. Wasn't outstanding, but wasn't terrible either. It would be great if we could at least hit the tier 1 tip scroll tonight. Get some winter glasses and all that going. Like I said, I know for a fact there was a bunch of gifted memberships at the end of March, and they just expired like April 30th into May 1st. And that's what happened. Then I wasn't here for a day, and everything expired basically. There was we were like 670, 680, and we went down to 610. So like, damn. But what are you gonna do? Let's take a look here. I just want to be sure, because we haven't had a tip in a long time. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any tips. I don't think I am. I'm not gonna look at it. I just want to be sure I'm not missing your contributions. Guys, remember that stream like 2 weeks ago where I was like, oh, I'm not gonna say nothing. It's just a slow night time refresh. There was like 20 tips there, uncounted. It was pretty bad. Door news the restroom, but guys, it would be great. You can support the stream tonight in any way. Liking the stream helps tremendously. We have 100 likes. I'll do a bubble blow. Super chats and super stickers would be great. Memberships would be great. Gifted memberships, amazing. And of course, tips. Right now, tips are really slow at $6. I was hoping to hit at least a tier 1. So that way between 2 streams today, I essentially could have hit like a tier 2 goal. It would be nice. All right, I'll be back in just a couple.
Whoa, look at this. Look at here.
You know, it's my prerogative if I choose to say, hey guys, please contribute or not. It's not your job. And anyone who's going to be doing that and trying to basically derail the stream and try to pretend like they're me and that they're responsible for that will be banned. And everyone knows that too. So good luck. Don't ask for shit on my behalf, or you will be gone for good. From a Shia, hours from Final Fantasy V, I'm having a chill time. I'm glad to hear that, Shia. I believe that's actually our biggest of the night right now. I guess that's the advantage of when there's a slow night for tips they can get up on the leaderboard. A pretty small contribution. Thank you so much, Shio. Biggest one of the night. That's a $5 tip, and we're at 11 now again. Really hoping we can hit the tier 1 tips goal for tonight. Would help out a lot, considering coming off of the fact that I wasn't here on Tuesday when I needed to be and I couldn't be because of personal reasons, and also of course the fact that earlier today we did have an okay stream, but not exactly the best. So it would be great to at least hit the tier 1 tonight if possible. Roughly half an hour left on the stream, so I would say last chance if anyone would like to support the stream in any way. If you could, I would appreciate it. As simple as a like would help a ton. We're trying to hit 100 likes, a super chat, a membership, a tip, all appreciated, guys. If you could, thank you. Trying to come back from missing the day of work this week, which really sucked that happened to me. And on top of that, earlier today, the stream wasn't necessarily, overwhelming positive one with being support. So anything that I would be appreciated, thank you. Would have been great, great if we had more support, but you can't have that every night. Understand? And I'm not super upset or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, just freaking stressful week for me. So please understand, having a date earlier today that was kind of stressful with Star Wars being a pain in my ass and everything, and So anyway, don't worry. It's not the end of the world. Everything's good. All right. Okay. And again, to those who did support the stream, thank you. I know it wasn't a humongous support stream, but I appreciate everything. Thank you so very much for that. And tomorrow's another day. Gaming fun here on DSP Gaming. All right. Hope you all have a good night. Thank you.
After Jinx was doxxed and people started looking into his whale's social media, DSP gave his viewers advice on what they should put on social media.
From Steely. He said, I got pregnant by the trackers because I contributed to you yesterday, so you know what? Here's $20 just to spite them. Stay awesome, Phil. Well, thank you, Steely. And the thing is, yeah, these idiots, they do it every day. They try to attack viewers. They try to attack supporters. They're out of their minds. Like, seriously, what do they think he's going to accomplish? Absolutely nothing. It doesn't affect anything. You know what I mean? All I'll say is this, because I see this every day. Well, I don't say it every day anymore, but I say this every once in a while. Everyone, please be careful about the information you put out on the internet. Because there are people out there that are malicious. They are not logical thinking people. They are pretty messed up. And to them, a day that they can hurt someone because they get away with it is a day where they feel some kind of weird recognition. These are sociopaths. These are not people who think like us, who think about positivity or fun, or they just have nothing to do with their lives but bring down others. And this is how they operate. And when they're on the internet, they tend to come together. So you gotta be careful. I always tell everyone, please, whatever you do, don't put a ton of private personal information all over the internet. Facebook, delete that shit. No one needs a fucking Facebook in 2022. It's just a liability. Twitter, have Twitter. Don't put up your personal information on your Twitter. Separate that from your real life persona. Same thing, you have an account on YouTube, you have an account on Instagram, whatever. Make sure that they're all separated. That way, if someone has a bug up their butt about you and they try to harass you online, it doesn't spill over to your real life. You understand? Because some of these people have no lives and they will absolutely try to do that stuff. Okay? So just be careful. All right? And I appreciate anyone who hangs out with me, who chills with me, who enjoys the content, who supports the content. You guys are the reason I'm still here. I'm a crowdfunded individual. I'm not someone who has partnerships, sponsorships, product placements, or anything like that. I'm here very much because of your crowdfunding support, and I really appreciate that. And I apologize, obviously, for anyone who gets harassed online. I can't control that. These people are nuts. But that's why I say just be diligent, be careful with your information. You should be all right. Best case of action, if anyone tries to harass you, ignore them. That's the best suggestion that I can get from anyone. Just ignore the assholes. The more you ignore them, the more you realize, well, I'm not getting anything, no rise, no reaction, and to move on.
The more DSP's money goes down, the more toxic he gets towards his viewers, and this started happening as in the next clip.
Ronnie Blaze, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, it sounds like you're starting to get jaded by video games. You don't like them anymore. You're rushing through. I mean, without watching me play the game, do you not see the problems I'm having? And I'm not making it up. The game is bad. The frame rate's bad. It's full of bugs. I still am playing it. I'm still trying to enjoy it as much as I can, but should I ignore the problems and act like it's a perfect game? Like, dude, come on. Like, what on earth are you saying right now? I mean, you gotta have your eyes closed to not see the problems, right? Why call out the FPS every time we see it too? Because I'm an online gamer and commentator, and it's my job to commentate on what's going on in the game, or else I can just sit here quiet and let me keep my mouth shut. That'd be pretty boring stream, no? The streamer just dips their lips, doesn't speak. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. Ronnie seems really like you're just not liking the content recently. But I don't know if that's necessarily representative of me or you. You know what I mean? Ronnie, again, he's just suing me for being honest. Ronnie, you're suing me for being honest. I'm a commentator. It's my job to speak on what I'm seeing and experiencing in a game. That's the whole point of being a streamer, no? Right? I mean, unless you want me to shield products all day, because I can do that too. That's what a lot of people do, but I don't do that. So it's my job to give you an idea of what a game is going on. You're telling me, well, that's all negative. It's not all negative, but I'm being honest. And now you're actually suing me for being honest. And now I say, well, why are you being like that? Why are you not okay with me being honest? And now you want, that's not right for me to criticize you. So you can criticize me, but I can't criticize you back. It's interesting. I don't know what else to say, man. I can't please everyone, I guess. You're one of the people I'm not pleasing. Modern gaming. Chop. Oh, but I probably just upset Spoon. Okay, I criticized the game again. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, Ronnie, don't listen to people. Just relax. If I have an issue with you, I'll let you know. You don't have to listen to anyone else. Don't let anyone else give you shit. Tell them to shove it up their butts. That's what I do. See you like Green Goblin right now. In fact, enjoy Green Goblin. Enjoy this big time out for harassing someone in the chat. Enjoy. See you like 10 minutes away. You stupid idiot.
This month also started with him taking personal days off of streaming besides for his taxes.
During the late stream, I got some news, and I cannot stream tomorrow's daytime stream, normal stream, like the Level 1 podcast and the first stream. I can't be here, all right? I don't like doing that. It's something that, there's nothing I really have control over. It's something personal going on, and I cannot stream tomorrow's early stream. So that means nothing at all. No podcast and no gameplay at all. I guess it kind of works out that Redfall sucks, because I don't think there's going to be too many people sad that I'm not playing Redfall, but I do think there will be people who will be sad that I'm not playing a major stream on Tuesday, like I was supposed to and was scheduled to. It sucks, but it's just life. There's nothing I can do. Sorry, I'm not going to tell you why, because it's really no one's business. It has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with my streams or my business. It's personal, okay? I do hope to do a late stream Tuesday night. Now, what it'll be, I mean, I'd like to play what I wanted to play, Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. So, I will let you guys know during the course of the day how things are going. And if everything is fine, then I'll tell you, hey guys, I'll be here tonight, 6:45 p.m. And what I'll do is I'll post up both on my Twitter at TheCallMeDSP. I'll also post up on the community tab here. I just can't share details anymore with anyone on the internet because the people online who like to bully people because they can get away with it online, there's such a mob mentality of hate against me that any personal information I put on this internet is used to harass, to bully, to threaten, to do really awful things. So I would love to tell you exactly what's going on, and I just feel like that's not safe to do it, and I'm not going to.
So how were things going on DSP Reacts, his new channel? Well, his stupidity and mind-blowing reactions were on full display, as he even explained what free will is, and also how he inspired Review Bra.
Many of them aren't deterministic. Secondly, it sounds like what he's saying is free will doesn't exist because free will is determined by a number of concrete factors in life. He's right. But that's the concept of free will is not, you have an infinite number of possibilities of which you can just do whatever you want. That's not free will. I mean, if that was the case, you would be an omnipotent being, a god. That's not what free will is. Free will is supposed to be within the means of what you have in your life. You have freedom to choose what you do with the time you have. That's what free will is supposed to be. I can choose to do this. I can choose to do that. I can choose to say this. I can choose to live my life this way. I can choose to eat this, act this, right? That's what that means. So it's confusing to me because it seems like he's saying that free will, if we were truly free, you can just do whatever you want. Yeah, but no one's omnipotent. I think there's a qualifying characteristic here. The qualifying characteristic is that we understand that you can only act free within the means of how you're living, right? For example, a frog can choose to eat this bug or that bug. That's a choice that it makes. It's free will to choose, do I eat this bug or that bug? But the frog can't choose to drive a car because it's a frog. It'll never drive a car. It has limits. So you're saying it doesn't have free will because it can't drive a car? Well, no. It's limitations of your existence. You understand? Anyway.
Speculation around whether consciousness is a quantum phenomenon. There's no hard evidence. Even if it turned out that the future is not determined because of quantum physics and that consciousness is a quantum phenomenon, that wouldn't give you free will. That would just mean that you are random, and random isn't free. Consciousness really relies on quantum
Because
reality.
random, that's also true. Random is not free will. The idea of free will is that you have choice. There's each active conscious choice to do something. That's supposed to be will. Get it? Free means you have the freedom to choose. Will is the choice.
That means every time you make a decision, that's like a quantum coin toss as to which way you'll go. Try flipping a coin for every decision you ever make. You won't feel free, trust me. Now, why does this matter? Why does this annoy you so much? Because so much of our society and systems of living are predicated on the idea that people could have done otherwise. Big example, the justice system. Rehabilitation always takes a backseat to retribution because the punishment of criminals is the right thing to do because they chose to do the wrong thing. Maybe they made the choice, but that was because of their brain structure, which they didn't choose, or their upbringing, which they didn't choose, or their genetic, which they didn't choose. Look, on an emotional level, I get it. I want my enemies to suffer.
But that also doesn't make sense because how many people don't commit crimes? If it really was not a result of free will to choose to do the wrong thing, then why is everyone just committing the crimes because no one can stop themselves, right? If this were the case and it wasn't a free will choice to do something wrong, then why does everyone just do things wrong constantly? Why do some people choose to do the right thing and others choose to do the wrong thing?
Rationally, I know that punishment for punishment's sake alone makes no sense whatsoever. Punishment that says rehabilitation or protection or even deterrent, maybe there's an argument there. But because free will doesn't exist, moral retribution can go out the window. Another one, the economic idea that people should pull themselves up by their bootstraps and everyone's free to innovate and work harder. What if they literally don't have the ability to do that? Suddenly our economic system seems a lot crueler, doesn't it? Now, does this mean we should stop trying to make ourselves better or society better? No, these are good ideas and useful for our subjective illusions. It just means that whatever's going to happen was going to happen anyway. Look, at the end of the day, there's overwhelming evidence.
I will actually agree with him on the economic one, because that is a stupid economic philosophy that people use. Is, oh, the reason that this one person ended up rich and famous and successful, and this person didn't, is because that person was lazy. And that's literally not the case in like 90% of cases, actually. It does have to do with means. It's the means, not the choice. If you had, think of it this way, Elon Musk is one of the most wealthy, influential, powerful people on the planet, because he's rich. If he didn't get born with a spoon in his mouth, like he was, we probably would not know who Elon Musk is. Even if he's a genius, probably most of his ideas never would have actually ever gotten the light of day in a popular way. You understand? But that's because he's rich. And that's not anyone else's fault. He's rich and you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Decisions you make were born by the factors of your genetics and your upbringing, neither of which you control. Even if you do believe in free will, there's like a tiny, tiny margin. Like, we're not free to do a lot, surely, right? So if we can agree that almost everything you do is determined, if not everything, but like whatever, then why doesn't it affect more of how we do everything? But hey, if you disagree, I can't blame you. You were always going to.
Jesus, you were always going to. Maybe people choose to. I don't know. This reminds me of my old style of video. This totally reminds me of me, how I used to do videos. He looks like he's looking at a camera and he's adjusting the camera. This totally reminds me of me, how I used to do stuff, right? Really? I mean, he's definitely different. He's well dressed, which I didn't used to do. And he's actually way more formal, well.
I don't know if that's true though. What we're looking for is the Galaxy Fold G.
Spoken. But and look at his hair, right? He's all fancy made up for the video. But that's kind of the style I used to do with my old vlogging stuff.
I think that this item is on the Little Caesars menu.
So he is doing it just like I used to. He has a camera that he sets up. He records himself. This is exactly how I used to do it. First, I was recording just the food, then I would record me eating food with a camera. So it is my old style.
Got the slice. I have a little bit of the crunch.
He keeps getting distracted and looking at something to the side of the camera. I wonder what it is. Oh, you know what? I know exactly what it is. I used to do this. He has a camcorder that has the screen that flips and it pops out the side. So he's looking at himself on the screen. That's exactly what it is. He's using a handheld camcorder that had the flip screen. So he sees himself on the flip screen, but it's slightly off the center. So that, dude, this guy, wow. Did I actually inspire someone to do something on the internet and they got successful? That's crazy, and I'm happy for him. He's taking this seriously. He's doing it in a very professional manner. It looks like he's damn popular for doing it. 273,000 views. Good for him. Good for him. Yes. No. A standing ovation. A standing ovation. I can't believe it. Yes. That's good. Thank God. Because let me tell you, I couldn't keep doing it. Remember? I had to stop doing these. I told you guys I couldn't keep eating this food, and I didn't want to keep having my meals become a video for the internet. So I'm happy that someone has taken the idea and ran with it and got huge. That's cool. Because this is 1,000,000% my style of how I used to do it. He's even having the same things I used to do, which is pretty crazy. So good for him. I'm very happy for him. I'm glad that he's doing this. I mean, 273,000 views on a food vlog. This is when I used to do DSP Tries It. It used to more than pay for itself. Like I go spend $20, $30 on a meal that would be an expensive thing, a big pizza or whatever. But then the video would actually make a good amount of views and money on it, so it would be justifiable. This guy, and 273,000 views, he's probably making good bank on this. So good for him. I seriously, this is awesome. I'm glad that someone has, and by the way, again, he's kind of different, right? Very different in his style. How many guys do you see dress up professionally looking like this to do a food vlog? It's interesting.
Very soul.
Someone is saying, just listen to this. Review Bra, also known as Reporter of the Week, is highly articulate compared to you. Review Bra was not inspired by you. He doesn't know who you are. Who said that he was? What are you talking about? I'm saying the guy, I like it because it seems to me like it's very similar to my old style. This guy took it ultra seriously. He's getting that kind of views, which basically means to me that he's found a way to find it and catch on to the YouTube algorithm and blow up, and be popular doing it. He's even using my camera techniques and things. Like I'm understanding why he's looking off center for the camera. I get it. I'm saying he's very different from me. Look, he's dressing professionally. He's more seriously spoken. He's talking about the product for like 5 minutes before he even eats it. Different from how I used to do it, but that's cool to see someone doing the same kind of content and succeeding. And I gave him a standing ovation. Why are you talking like I'm trying to say he was inspired by me and should know who I am? I never said that, you fucking idiot. You stupid mouth drooling moron. Why do you put words into my mouth because you're a jackass trying to make me look bad? How about this? Go fuck yourself. How about that, you piece of shit? Thanks for the $1, by the way.
Around this time, he started doing movie reviews as well, which didn't last long because of low views.
Reviews have been hit or miss. I started reviewing things with the Last of Us television show, and those reviews did well every week. But since that show ended, and I started reviewing older content such as movies, television series, they haven't done so well. I'd say the best reviews I did was the Joker movie, The Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and The Whale, starring Brendan Fraser. Outside of that, my review videos struggled to even hit 1,000 views. And that's rough for me watching a whole series. I watched all of Peacemaker, every episode, and then I reviewed it and didn't really get any traction. And this is the thing, like, people ask me for years and years to do reviews, I start doing them, it's not even viable. To watch a new movie, you have to go to the theater. You have to schedule a time to do it outside of my streaming schedule. You have to spend big money on movie tickets and the like to go see it. So you're talking upward, at a minimum, if I'm by myself, it would be like $20. If I'm going with my wife, which is more than likely, you're talking 40 or more to do a movie that's going to get 1,000 views and make me $2. No, I'm not going to do that. You see, what is viable is watching stuff on demand on these video services. Anything that's on, HBO Max, soon to become just Max, Amazon Video, Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, or anything else, Paramount Plus. What's the other one too? Peacock, right? All these different on-demand services. Okay, so all these are viable to watch if you know exactly what you would like to see me do. And I told you guys this month, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel Hulu, and I'm going to probably get another video service in place. The question is, what video service? Because I don't know. Do you know of a show that's coming out or a movie coming out in the next month or two that you'd like to see me watch and review? Let me know. Share that information with me. But outside of that, I'm just kind of watching stuff based on your suggestions here on streams or whatever. And sadly, the reviews aren't doing good. And it is frustrating when I watch something, I take time out to do it, I have thoughts formulated on it, and I put the video out, and no one seems to be interested. So I'll be honest, I think the reviews haven't done well. Maybe I should save reviews only for if I'm going to do like a brand new show or movie that doesn't look like the old movie reviews are really working.
Then we have a hilarious moment where during the stream, DSP got a call from his wife at work to say that someone stole the tire off their car while she was at work.
I need to tell you all what's going on. I have to cancel the rest of the stream. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream tonight. Here we go again. This is insane. Are you ready? I don't know if I'm going to be able to upload this right now. So, first of all, let's do a $7 tip shout out here to Darren. So Darren is saying that this meme today is derailing the chat and you guys need to fucking stop immediately. Well, guess what? I agree. Everyone stop at the cheering me right now because I don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm done with it. Because now I'm really upset and it has nothing to do with you guys, but I'm done with it. Stop it right now. Everyone just cut the shit out with the dumb fucking meme. Okay? Alright, so here's what's happening. I go on break, I check my phone. My wife has been texting me saying, call me immediately, I need your help. Alright? I call my wife. She's at work. Don't know what happened? You ready for this shit? You're never gonna fucking believe this shit. Are you ready for this? Jasper, I'm sorry, you gotta get off my lap right now, buddy. I'm not in a good mood. She gets out of work, and it's not even, she wasn't even getting out yet, she was on break. So she went to the car. The fucking car is on a jack. Someone stole our tire off the fucking car in the parking lot. This is how bad the crime has gotten out here in the Seattle area. Someone just stole our fucking tire off of our car while it was parked in a parking lot. So, they took the whole tire and the bolts. Means they took the tire off and they didn't leave the bolts. So now, we have a spare, but we can't put the spare on the car because we have no fucking bolts to put the spare on the car because they stole them. Okay? So, my wife is stuck there. She can't leave, obviously. And she was waiting for a coworker to be able to go on break and take her to the car store, you know, like one of these car parts stores, and explain to them our car make and model, and hopefully they give us bolts or sell us bolts so we can at least get the spare on to drive the car home. This now means I now have to, at some point, I doubt it's going to be tomorrow, because tomorrow, do you really think that police is going to be able to take us in emergency tomorrow? I can try, but likely, within the next day or two, I'm now going to have to take time off of work to take this to a car place, to explain I need a wheel immediately, right? I need a new fucking tire. I can't drive on 3 tires, and I don't want to drive on the spare more than just, you know, a minor thing. You know, this sucks. I have to buy a whole new fucking tire now. And the other thing is when you get a new tire and you're bringing it with other tires, now the alignment's off, right? Now I can't afford 4 new fucking tires for this car. This is an emergency. Now I have to buy 1 tire to replace the stolen one. Like, this is so fucked up, right? It's seriously, it's just frustration to the point of like, what the fuck? Like, what just happened? I just had a week and a half that was amazingly positive. We had great streams, great support, and now, of course, this has to happen to negate that, right? So now, all that positivity, well, guess what? Now I can't stream for the rest of the stream. I'm done. I can't stream anymore. I might not be here tonight, because what I gotta do, I gotta call my dad to talk about this, because he's a car guy. Then I gotta probably take an Uber out there to be with my wife, because I don't want to leave her there alone. So I'm probably gonna take an Uber out to the mall to be with her for all this is going on. You know, it's fucked up. And now, I don't know if I'll be here tonight for the late stream at all. And I don't know what's gonna happen. Tomorrow's supposed to be my day off, but I have no fucking tire for this car. I don't know if it's safe to drive on a spare for my day off just to do my errands and shit. So I mean, I gotta talk to my dad about this, and figure all this shit out. Okay? So I'm out of here for now, guys. Obviously, I didn't want to end the stream now. That was not my intention, but now I gotta go to figure all this out. Like I said, I'm gonna call my dad. I'm gonna call an Uber. I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna have to handle it, you know, in any way that I fucking can. This is fucking bullshit, you know. Now, here's the thing. Now, how do I even tell my wife, how do you feel safe when you're at work? If at any point someone could just fucking rob our car in a normal parking lot. This is not an empty parking lot. There's people in and out. So that means people, you know, they just did it and no one said nothing, no one cared, right? It's unfucking believable. So, sounds like I'm gonna have a story to tell you guys. If I do come back tonight, on a late stream, it'll probably be just me talking about this and doing Q&A rather than gameplay. I'm gonna be pretty fucking frustrated, okay? Did I save the game? I think I saved. I did. Like, let me save again, because we're done. I can't even fucking play now, right? All I want to do is go fuck someone up, but... Okay, guys, so that's it. I'm ending the stream here. Tonight, there may or may not be a late stream. If there is, it's probably not going to be Final Fantasy like it was supposed to be. Thanks for understanding. And this was a great stream. I was having fun with Zelda, but now I gotta get out of here and make some phone calls, alright? So guys, thank you for understanding. Maybe I'll be here tonight. Follow me on Twitter. I'll let you know. I'll post up here on the channel page. I'll let you know what's going on and go from there, okay? Insurance should cover it. Yeah, but I still have to pay for it first, right? But I still have to go there. I still have to get the spare on. I still have to contact a place. I probably have to look for my car insurance, call the car insurance company, tell them what's going on, and they'll probably say, likely I'm gonna have to file a police report. That's another thing. When I get there, what do I do? Call the fucking police? I don't even know what to do. You file a police report for a stolen wheel? Are they even gonna do anything? Alright. I gotta get out of here. Okay?
DSP would then dox that his wife worked at the mall and went on a crazy rant about his tire being stolen.
Get back to the story. So I'm streaming Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, okay? We're having a good time, right? We're about 2 hours into my stream. It's time for my break, okay? So I go on my break, and I looked at my phone, and I noticed, oh shit, my wife has been texting me for about 30 minutes or so. But, you know, I've been playing the game, so I'm not paying attention to my phone particularly. You know, as you guys know, I have everything on silent in the office on purpose, so that there's no distractions during streams. Kind of necessary when you've been doxxed multiple times and all your shit's on the internet. You gotta make sure everything's, you know, silent so you don't get interrupted. And so as soon as I go on break, I see this, like, oh shit. So I call her right away. And I said, what's going on? And she says, so basically, she was getting, I don't even remember what the story was exactly, because the whole thing hit me so hard. I don't know if she was going on break, or she was actually getting out of work, whatever it was. She was leaving her job, and she walked into the parking lot. And as she's walking to the car, she realizes, she's looking at it, she's like, what in the hell? Our car, get this, which is locked, secure, everything should be safe, is supported by a car jack, and a tire is missing. Okay? If you don't believe me, I have evidence. That is our car, in the parking lot of where my wife works, missing a fucking tire. The entire tire. Not just the rubber, the entire tire has been removed. And as if to be extra dickish, they took the lug nuts. They took those fucking lug nuts with them. They did not leave them, okay? That is what she sees when she's coming out to the car after work. So, the funny thing is they left their jack. But I hate to tell you guys this, I'm not sure if you're aware, what do they call it, economies of scale, or, you know, the law of equivalent exchange? The value of a car's entire wheel is not equivalent to the value of a car jack. It is a very unfair exchange. And although I appreciate the fact that they actually left a car jack, all right, sadly, it is not a fair trade. And I'm sorry, I appreciate the nice gesture perhaps, but it's just not right. Okay? So this is what my wife sees when she's going out to her car. Like, what the fuck? So she runs back inside, and of course, first thing she does, she tells other people she works with what's going on. They call mall security. Mall security gets involved, comes out, looks at the car, and the mall security basically says, well, we can't touch anything. We're not true investigators. We can't do anything here with that. You gotta call the police. You gotta file a police report. That's how it's handled. And then once the police are involved, it's the police's job then to contact you and us. And when they contact us, they may ask us for information. All right? Now, the good news here is that at the shopping center where, my wife works, there's cameras everywhere. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I wish this was an exaggerated joke. It's literally not. There is an actual camera set up about 20, 30 feet away from where this happened in the parking lot. It's right there. It's a security camera. And it's must have gotten something on video of this. It had to have. Okay? But what you gotta understand is, around here, crime is very high. So there's potential that if someone actually did this, there's absolutely no way that they're gonna get them, because likely they were probably wearing a hoodie, a mask. They were probably wearing things that would, hide their identity. And you might say, well, if someone's gonna steal your entire wheel off of your car, and you couldn't just walk away with it, they must have had like somewhere to put it. I mean, you're right. They probably drove up in a car, removed it, tossed it in their car, and drove away. But the question is, would that have been caught on camera? What information could the car have a license plate, or is it a fake license plate, a stolen expired license plate on a car doing this kind of stuff? Correct? Anyway, so my wife is talking with mall security about this at the shopping center, and basically getting all this information on what she should do, how she should file a police report. And then I went on break. I called her, and she's like, well, I don't even know what to do. And I was like, well, let me think about this. Is there a spare in the trunk? So they checked, and there is a spare tire in the trunk. All right, that's good. The problem is there's no lug nuts, because they took the lug nuts. Okay, so you can't just put the spare tire on. You need to get lug nuts for the damn thing to put it on. Okay, so that's issue number one. Issue number two is, how quickly could you maybe get a replacement wheel? And the answer is, if it was just a tire, you could take it to any tire place. Like, you could literally take this to whatchamacallit, like Goodyear or something like that. You could probably get a tire right away, and it wouldn't even be an issue, right? But the fact is, they took the whole wheel. So I need to get a specific wheel type for this car, which likely they probably don't even have something like that just sitting around in stock, right? So already you're talking about that's going to be a pain in the butt, right? It's not just, just get a tire replaced, like the tire popped. It's, the whole freaking assembly is missing off of the car, okay? So, that's the issue there. So we're talking about, what should I do? So in the meantime, I said to my wife, I said, let me call, my dad knows more about cars. He'll kind of know, he'll be more minded on what to do about this. In the meantime, work there with the security and file a police report. Get that moving. So that way that's in process. While on my end, I try to figure out what else we're going to do here, okay? So, I call my dad, and we have a conversation about it. My dad's very level-headed about this stuff. And he says, basically, you basically got to get it to a car place. You got to get them to look at basically see what tires and order one for you. There's nothing you can do about it. They're going to have to order a tire. They're not going to have one there. But it really is a situation where, can I get this spare tire on the car and drive it around? Is it secure? Is the spare tire good? Right? The good news is, I've owned this car since it was new, and I never used the spare tire before. So the spare tire should be fine, okay? It's just an issue that not even lug nuts for the damn thing, because they hooked them, okay? And by the way, shout out to Kevin who did super chat. Talking about Tesla anti-theft protection, that's great. If only we could all afford a Tesla, Sadly, we're not all insanely rich. We can't, but thank you for the super chat regardless, Kevin. Okay, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so I'm talking with my dad, and he's like, yeah, so what you basically got to do is see if you can get that spare on, great. If you can't get that spare on, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to call the car place, see if they recommend towing service that can tow the car to the car place, and then that car place can essentially see if they can order a new tire for you or whatever, or not just tire, but a whole new wheel for you or whatever. So basically, I talked out with my dad, like, what exactly I should do, what are the steps. Because I don't want to go out there, because, I'm probably going to end up going out there myself to help handle it. Quite frankly, Kat is kind of shaking about this, you go out to your car, you have a whole missing freaking wheel, you're kind of just shaking up about it, and I want to get out there to help her with the whole situation, so I'm there with her, we handle it together as a couple rather than just one person trying to figure it all out. Alright, so basically, I get off the phone with my dad, and by the way, when we talk about insurance, okay, and essentially with insurance, the way that it would work is, the only chance insurance would cover this, there's certain situations, some insurance will not cover a tire at all, some will, it's situational, but the insurance is like not even a factor at this point, because there's so much that has to happen before you can get any kind of car insurance involved. For example, we need a police report, the police likely have to get information from us, like this photo and other stuff, and then they'll likely want to check with the surveillance, and all of that, to see what they can determine if they can figure out who this is or not, alright? And then, after all that's done, alright, then you can worry about maybe, after having the replacement tire and everything done, the replacement wheel, I should say wheel, because there's a difference between the tire and the wheel. The tire is just the rubber. The wheel is the entire assembly with it, okay? So once all that's done, once the tire replacement wheel is purchased, then you can look to go to your insurance, give them a call and say, hey, look, so here's the deal, my wheel got stolen, I have evidence, there's a police report, there's all this involved, can we get a claim against it, can we maybe get this, But also there's other factors there, about deductibles and shit, right? So depending on what if your deductible is more than the cost of the wheel, then there's no point in doing it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, basically, we're in a situation where, I don't care about the insurance at this point, I just need to get the immediate stuff solved, okay? So what I ended up doing was, I actually called, a couple places and got some details on where to take it and stuff like that, alright? And I said, well, I gotta get out there. So I called an Uber, I jumped in an Uber, and I scooted over to the mall, alright? It was actually a nice guy who drove the Uber, very nice gentleman. And it was a nice, smooth ride, he was quick. So I was happy about that. I actually gave him a tip after the fact. Because I just on Uber, what you can do is you can pay the fare, but then after the fact, if you have a good ride, you can tip. I actually gave him a tip, because I thought it was a nice ride, it was a nice person. Okay? So I got over there, on the Uber, and, I'm just as shocked as you guys are. I saw this in person. I was just like, in broad daylight. This is the middle of the day, this happened. This was not at night, this was not, this is not off in a corner, right? A corner of the lot. This was like, right there in the middle. In the middle. Just, what the fuck? Seriously, what the fuck? Okay? Okay, hold on. I got a couple shout-outs. Let's do shout-outs. Stitches get britches. The super chat saying no one steals a single tire, laughing out loud. I know! Let's talk a little bit about that, because when I got there, mall security was there and I had a conversation with them. Okay? But, these stitches get britches. And I received what appears to be a generous tip. Yes, George Costanza 6.0 has just tipped me $100. Wow. Well, thank you to George Costanza 6.0. That's very, very, very generous of you. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. I know I wasn't expecting that or looking for that tonight at all. And it's so very nice of you.
And that was May 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed that.
By the way, I'm just gonna start banning people right now because I've had enough. I'm serious. I'm really tired of this bullshit. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. I'm just gonna ban like 10 people. Wanna know why? Because they're scumbags. They're sitting here, alright? And here I am, talking about all kinds of topics, and all they're doing is harassing Jinx in the chat for being supported this week. So fuck all of you, and you're all getting banned right now because I know you're just fucking sitting here to try to ruin things for everyone. You're assholes, okay? So there's 4, here's 5, let's keep going. Here's 6, here's 7. I'm just gonna keep going. Because I've had enough of your shit. I laid down the law last week. It's like you guys are fucking deaf or something. No, I'm not gonna put up with your fucking bullshit. You're gonna come here, you're gonna harass other people. You're gonna be stupid and talk only about, like, fuck you. So I had like 8 people. Should I keep going? Should I literally just ban every person? Oh, here's another one, that's 9. Okay, let's keep going. Because, I mentioned it, and I moved on. I'm being on other topics. Then I look back, and there's all these fucking, support, Jinx, fuck you. I've had enough of your shit. I'm really done with this shit. I get to the point where, like, every day I'm just gonna come in, I'm gonna look for these fucking new stock accounts and just wipe them out. I had enough. Here's another one. And here's another one. Where are all these generic accounts coming from? I'm serious, I just banned like 14 of them. They've only been here for like a week. It's like they sit in the fucking wings. They literally sit here in the wings, waiting for moments like this, and then they fucking all come out together. There's like 14, 15 of them. Well, I just got rid of like 14, 15 of them. There. Now half the chat's empty because I got rid of all the fucking idiots. Here we go. Here's another one. That's unbelievable. Here's another one. See what I mean? What it is it's this one. Here's the truth. It's not a lot of people. I want you guys to understand that. There's an element in my chat. It's about 15 to 20 idiots, and they've been here for years. And what it is they always come in with a new account. So they act like idiots, right? They get banned. Then they come back, and they act nice. And they do it for a few weeks, now everyone knows who they are. And then they start acting like assholes again. And then they get banned again. And they're like, oh my god, I can't believe that person got banned. Because it's the same group of people. It's like the same dozen people doing it. So they all, oh my god, I can't believe my buddy got banned. But then they're all gone, and they all come back again with more stock accounts. It's the same fucking people over and over and over. And it's ridiculous that they try to toxify these streams. I'm not gonna allow it. I'm putting down my fucking foot on these fucking stupid bugs that are underneath our feet. Tired of this shit. I should be able to mention the fact that it is a fact that we've had a significant streak of awesome support and progress and awesome fun here on the streams in the last week and a half. And I shouldn't have to have them people start harassing one of the major people who's been supporting. Right? What a bunch of fucking idiots. Like, what do you think was gonna happen? I was gonna be happy here? There's fucking, again, these people have no brains in their fucking heads. It's like a bunch of vacuous sucking black holes where their brain should be. How do they function? Who wipes their ass for them after they shit? Because it ain't them. Let me tell you, they probably got giant crusty things growing.
And now I'm seeing so much clearer as I sit here staring into the dark paved mirror and all my ears and all that I see the raw DSP. I'm here, it's 3 a.m. and I still can't sleep. I guess this is all I will ever be. This is just how my clothes. Until game time.
What is going on, guys? We are back with another DSP video, this time looking at the month of June 2023. Let's do a quick recap of the year so far at this point. In January, we saw DSP try to be like all the other streamers, implementing color changing lights, new camera, and start doing React content. February saw DSP doing a Super Bowl event when, after years of banning people that talk about sports in his chat, March brought us the most memorable moment of 2023, the Side Scrollers interview, as they exposed him for his lies and would dictate how the year would go for DSP and his channel. In April, we saw DSP losing his mind and try to damage control. As the detractor channels would start to get hit and struck down, people started blaming DSP for it, which he then showed his strike history, proving that he did in fact strike channels, even some to the point of termination. He then told people not to come to him for help because he refuses to help. And at the end of the month, DSP was hit with strikes and asked for help from the detractors. In May, DSP had his tire stolen, and we saw the emergence of Jinx, who tried to revive the vest streak, which lasted 20 straight streams until DSP got drunk and doxed his name live on stream. So that brings us to June 2023, and one of the biggest stories this month was the release of Street Fighter 6. DSP has one thing left from his glory years, and that is Street Fighter. His one true love, John, is gone. All his friends are gone. His young girlfriend is gone. His business is in shambles and declining every year. The last thing left from that era is Street Fighter. Right from the start, DSP wanted his audience to know that he was not going to be playing this in a competitive manner. Keep that in mind for future videos.
I am not, in any capacity, attempting to be a competitive Street Fighter player, okay? Excuse me. I'm not trying to get to a high level where I'm going to be traveling to tournaments or playing in online competitions. This is not my intention. My intention is to cover Street Fighter as a lifelong fan of the franchise, as someone who grew up in arcades in the 1990s playing this game and then eventually became a competitive player. But essentially, I enjoy the games, but I have no delusions of grandeur that I'm going to explode onto the Street Fighter scene after being away from the competitive scene for over a decade and somehow be something, popular or winning matches. I don't think so, okay? If anything, what I am going to attempt to do is learn the game in some capacity, to know what I'm doing, to understand the mechanics, to try to do at least half decent gameplay for you, and to entertain you in any way. And whether that means that I actually do try to learn 1 or 2 characters and get good with them and play sets all the time, maybe once a week, or whether that means I just do silly madness sets like I used to in Street Fighter 4. Remember Dan Madness and Zangief Madness, and that really was all about just fun. It wasn't about, oh, Phil's trying to seriously destroy the internet. He's just trying to have a good time and mess around with Dan. With Dan, I trolled everybody. Remember, I'm jumping around taunting and doing shit the whole time, and every once in a while I would win a match and laugh my ass off because he was such a bad character. So essentially, that's what I'm going for. And I hope you're down for that. If you're here looking for high-level competitive play, you're in the wrong place. If you're looking to see Darkside Phil become a top-level player and take on all the greats online, it's not going to happen. I guarantee you, 10 times out of 10, if I play a notable player in this game, they're going to beat me. Because these guys are playing hardcore, they're trying to get competitive, they're going to go to tournaments. I don't care about that anymore. But I'm into the game from a perspective of, I love Street Fighter. I want to be a part of this new one because I've been out of the Street Fighter scene for how many years? 7, 8 years? Why? Because Street Fighter 6 sucked. Excuse me, Street Fighter 5 sucked. I hated Street Fighter 5. Since the moment the beta was released, the game was not good, okay? And it's a shame, because how many more people like me are there that stayed away from Street Fighter for a good 6 to 7 year span because that game was stinky. It was bad. It was not designed to be a well-competitive game. It took them so many updates and iterations. From what I understand, it took them 4 years to get it right and finally get it to like a competitive level. And it's hilarious because people in the Street Fighter community who never left by the end, Street Fighter 5 was one of my favorite games. Like, by the end, that's like saying Street Fighter 2 came out and you hated it, so then you didn't play the next 5 iterations, right? Oh no, I just kept playing because I hated it. Like, what? That's what they've done. They became this community that, like, they basically couldn't not play the game, because if they didn't play the game, they felt their entire community would die, even though everyone admits Street Fighter 5 was not a good game now. Like, ask the greats. They're all saying the same thing. It wasn't good. We just toughed through it. Well, we finally come to the light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully, alright?
Street Fighter 6 was off to an okay start with some money coming in, then its support got an incredible boost. As for the previous 9 months, the fighting games were missing one person, one whale. That is right, it was return of Jax Raxter. We all thought he was gone. He was saving up for a car. However, he couldn't resist the call of Street Fighter 6. Not only did he return to support DSP, he came back in a major way.
Alright, are you ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, I have just received, I'm not kidding, I'm not joking, this is not an exaggeration or any kind of a silly prank. I promise you this is real. You ready for this? I just received, you ready for this? Hold on. No, I gotta go full screen for this. Hold on a second here. We gotta do this full screen. Actually, you know what, here. We'll do it this way. I just received, ladies and gentlemen, a $1,000 tip. It doesn't fucking work. I received a $1,000 tip from Jax Raxer. Jax freaking Raxer. Holy shit, Jax. I don't have an animation. The best I can do is click one of every animation. So we're gonna start with the $5 animation. And then when that's done, we're gonna do $10 animation. When we're done with that, we're gonna do $20 animation, and the $30, and the $50, and the $100, and the $100, and the $200. We're doing every animation for Jax Raxer tonight. A $1,000 freaking tip. That is insane. Thank you, Jax. Obviously, that is nuts. I was not expecting that. It's glad to have you back because I know you haven't been around recently, so I haven't been playing fighting games at all, right? Holy freaking shit. I don't think we're gonna top that tonight. I'm just saying, I'm going out on a limb here. I don't think anyone's gonna beat Jax, so I guess I'm not gonna have to update the leaderboard much. Like, holy shit. $1,000 tip. I can't stop saying it. $1,000. 1,000 smackaroos, 1,000 simoleons, 1,000 dinero dollars. The yen are rolling like a river. The M. Bison Super Bucks have been hit in effect here tonight. I can't believe it. No, I was not expecting that whatsoever. That's right. It's a tip so nice, I can't stop saying it, because I certainly wasn't expecting that tonight. Thank you so much, Jax. Now let's see what Jax has to say. I believe it's been over 9 months since I actually attended one of your live streams. I'm going to keep going with the animations, by the way. Let's keep going through all of them. I want to make a grand announcement of my return to your streams. I've only put a little bit of Street Fighter 6 today, as well as the demo and the open betas. I feel this is equal to Smash Bros. Ultimate for my favorite fighting game. I really enjoy the graphics and the animations, the new driving system. Now everyone has a valid defensive move with the drive impact. Yes, correct. Actually, everyone has like 3 different defensive tools with this now, which is really good. The World Tour is the weakest aspect of the game, but it's still great to see Street Fighter having a nice single-player mode. Let's continue with the animations. The training is amazing. The best I've actually ever seen in any fighting game. I know that you have been down on Modern Fighters, but I hope you give Street Fighter 6 a chance here. Maybe you will like it enough to bring back Friday Night Fights. Street Fighter 6 is an amazing game. I agree with everything you just said.
Despite the money coming in from Jax, DSP was angry at the game and the developers as he found out that people could mass spam friend requests, and DSP took it out on them.
Trolls already getting annoying pop-ups, so let's quit out and see if we can stop the pop-ups. I knew that was going to happen, by the way. Let me see if there's a way to like go into settings and stop annoying stupid pop-ups. Let's see here. Multi-menu. Private, everything's private and everything, which is why everything's blocked. But it seems like anyone could just send you non-stop friend requests no matter what, right? How stupid. Like, what are you supposed to do about that? You didn't tell me they're not gonna fix that, I guess, huh? Is this the same person? Here. Look, it's just gonna keep popping up, see? So even doing this is a waste of time, because it's just gonna keep popping up. Legend Killer says you won't see this in actual game mode, but I'll even stop it otherwise. I was literally in the tutorial and it was popping up on my screen during the tutorial, so how the fuck am I gonna play the game if it pops up on the tutorial, right? It really is stupid that they don't plan for this stuff. Obviously, people are gonna stream your game. They don't want constant pop-ups on their screens. So why did you make there's no option on options? Everything's set to private now. So There's nothing else. I've done everything I can do to make everything private. If I keep getting invites, there's literally nothing I can do about it. So we just gotta ignore it now, right? That's incredibly stupid. All right, anyway, here we go.
Now you're probably wondering, how did he do in Street Fighter 6? Well, let's take a look at some of the footage.
Wow, my 360 got stuck by a jab apparently. I literally got counter hit by every single button she pushed. It seems like all her mid-range normal beat her, or beat him. All her mid-range normals seem to stuff his. It's all frame advantage to her.
See? Do it good?
It's all frame advantage to her. I can't do anything about it. Seriously. I did mine. It didn't come out. It's bullshit. I keep getting air 360. I'm holding tap and hit. It's giving me air 360. That's awful. I don't know why I keep getting it. What the fuck? Yeah, literally that block that is hit throw with the 360. I don't think you can beat it. I'm doing the right move. I'm doing meter burn counter fire that goes to fireball, but doesn't count. It's too slow. I have no meter, everything's slow, I have no charge, nothing at all, no wind, no fucking meter. What am I supposed to do? I'm a terrible character, but I at least have wind charge. Complete bullshit, got lucky as fuck. Oh my god, man! The drive attack spam is ridiculous. Yeah, you're supposed to do that reaction to fireball. It stuffs it. You're supposed to do EX Condor Rush through fireball to punch it. It stuffs it. It's supposed to be invincible to fucking fireballs on makeup, and it's not. They fucked it up. They even teach you in the guide. They say that's what you're supposed to do for mid-range fundamental. Every single time I did it, it stuffed it, using it at all. And I keep doing ground teleports, which are absolutely terrible to do. You gotta do air teleports. Random level 3 from mid-screen. Yup. Random Omega level 3 from mid-screen, that's gonna kill me. Wall off from that distance, unreal. I'll take it to the corner, I'm pretty bone. All I can do is keep trying. I'm gonna get better the more I play, but the problem is right now I haven't played with them in about a week and a half, and everyone else got better playing with their mains, and now I'm trying to learn matchups and things, you know. Very frustrating. A lot of mashing going on with Modern Control, that's for sure. Unfucking believable. I keep dropping moves, that's my problem. I have her, it's like, here it comes, why can't I anti-air her? I can never anti-air her, I can't beat it from the air, which she should never be able to jump. Again, why is that beating everything I do in the air? Look, it beats everything her light kick. It's like my jump moves are coming out super late, so she gets away with that jumping light kick over and over, and I can't do anything about it. Right there, I lost my roll, no roll. Yeah, dude, this is really annoying, half of my moves don't come out, so I can't win this fight. Oh, what? It sure gave me an awful lot of time to recover from that. That was a throw. I punched, I baited it, punished it, and my throw didn't fucking come out. What the hell? Doing anything impressive whatsoever at all. He's just standing mid-range, mash kick, mash block, punch, dash cancel, mash dragon punch, through everything. He beats everything. It's stupid. I can't bait him because there's no bait to be had with him. He's free on everything. Everything he does is completely open and free. There's no way to punish his shit. It's absolutely ridiculous. He didn't even outplay me. It's just the character is so much better. The character is absolutely ridiculous compared to everyone else in the game. Everything's a free option. Everything's safe, right? I can't nothing to punish. I'm trying to get in there with punches and dash cancels. Doesn't matter because he can just keep kicking. If he hits me once, that's it. Or if I'm getting in offense, I'm gonna just mash dragon through everything. Like, damn, that sucks to be outplayed like that. It does. It's disheartening to think that that's going to be the meta of the game right now. That they made 10 like that. But he has so many options, it's everything's free and easy to do. Everyone else has to struggle. He's like a fucking ridiculous character. He stuffed it. I did Rising Condor. He stuffed it. Oh my god. Yo, she's terrible. She's gotta be like bottom tier. She has to be. She absolutely has to be like ultra bottom tier in this game. I can't even get close to hitting the enemies. Every time I push a button, everything they do counter hits. He was attacking her. I did EX Rising Condor, the OD version that's supposed to be invincible. He hit right through it. He hit right through it, stuffed it. What the fuck?
Last month, we saw Jinx wail out, and Street Fighter 6 was going to be wailed out by Game Tracker. He would give between $30 to $50 with a message giving full tips for his win-loss stats. This is incredibly dumb as the game tells you your stats. The more the Game Tracker spent money, the more PayPal noticed, to the point where his tips were frozen.
Oh, you know, weird thing going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's been a certain individual, all right, who has been incredibly supportive of my Street Fighter content, okay? I don't know if you're aware of who this is. Might or might not be. Goes by the name of Game Tracker. Might sound familiar, okay? And Game Tracker's been awesome. Like, listen, Game Tracker, if you're listening, which I don't know if you are or not, but you've been so supportive of me playing Street Fighter 6. Like, seriously, absolutely amazing, outstanding amount of support. Every day, not only is he coming by and, you know, giving a tip, but he's also giving a tip. What I mean by that is he's financially tipping the streams of Street Fighter 6. So I want to say thank you to Game Tracker. So Game Tracker attempted to do his usual overnight tip before Street Fighter 6 stream, and he had some stuff to say, and PayPal froze his tip and says that they're investigating it. Now, this has happened before, and I have absolutely no idea what causes this, because this has happened to various people. There have been people who sat and supported my streams daily for years and never had an issue, and then there'll be someone who'll come in and tip $1 tip randomly and get it frozen. And there doesn't seem to be any consistency to it, why it happens. I have no idea why. his tip froze. And he even said, he wrote me an email, he's like, I'm sorry, because this sucks. He says, I can't just continuously tip and tip and tip and have them all go on hold. Obviously, especially if somebody might unfreeze, I can't keep doing that. I'm like, yeah, Game Tracker, no problem, I understand. Like, I don't want you to keep tipping and having them all frozen, and all of a sudden, 10 tips unfreeze down the line, it's hundreds of bucks. Right? That's crazy. So, essentially, he did a big tip today, right? It was his usual $29.99 tip that he does overnight. Usually it's a $30 tip. We play an animation and everything, but it's frozen. Since it's frozen, I can't apply it to the stream. There may be a chance that, sadly, they're going to end up, what can I say? They're going to end up, like, not clearing it. Now, I don't know why PayPal wouldn't clear it. It doesn't seem to make sense that they wouldn't, but you never know with this damn thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Was Street Fighter 6 saved every stream by Game Tracker, you would think that DSP would not have to beg, right? Well, it seems that Street Fighter 6 was the only game bringing in support, as he would play Diablo and Zelda as well, which bombed. So this month, the bag increased 1,000 times.
Guys, it would be great if you support the stream today. As you can see, I'm continuing to try to use new characters, which is what you were kind of telling me you wanted on today's pre-stream. Please support the stream in any way, alright? Thank you. Oh my god, this sucks that, this really sucks that the PayPal stuff is so screwed up. But there's nothing I can do about it. Well, thanks to those who have supported the stream again, guys. It'd be great if you could. All of your support for Street Fighter has been great thus far. So I would like to keep that pattern going, especially because if I'm going to keep at the daytime streams, right? And trying new characters and everything, then your buy-in is essential. So thanks to everyone who's here chilling, anyone who supports the stream, thank you in advance. Pickle shit. It's gonna be $1.50. When people tell you to get a real job, real job's paid as shit. If you're jealous you can sit at home and play video games and you get paid for it, I love to sit at home and play video games and get paid. There you go. Well, I don't know who in the holy hell is talking about that, not me. But thanks for the tip regardless. Again, guys, about 1 hour left, a little over an hour left on the stream. It would be great to get support. As you can see, today is probably the slowest Street Fighter stream we've had since the game came out. It would be great if we could pick it up a little bit, maybe get the hack. Tips would be great. Thank you in advance to anyone who contributes to the stream, okay? Again, any other support, guys, we're in the final hour, would be greatly appreciated. DSP is the GOAT. Just did a $10 super chat. Thank you to DSP is the GOAT for super chat. I will quickly check tips, guys. If the tip notifications are super delayed for the past 2 days, I'll just make sure no one tipped and I didn't shout out. Thank you to everyone who supported the stream today. We do have half an hour left. Thanks for any contributions of any kind in advance. We got nothing to know where we are. Now, by the way, guys, tonight, if you support the stream, thank you in advance to anyone who supports this stream. Here's the deal. I've been having issues with, alright? So, I would definitely appreciate any support tonight. Greatly appreciate it to keep this Zelda playthrough going. Actually, earlier today, super chats were good and we got a bunch of members, but tips were actually on the slower side. So, if you were thinking of contributing tonight, yeah, tips would be a preferred method. I'm certainly not saying, hey, that's the only way that you should contribute tonight. I'm not. If you want to contribute in any way, I'm don't give you in the mouth. I'm just saying tips would be great right now to help make up that it was a slower tips day earlier today, but everything else was great, okay? So yeah, if you do tip tonight, please let me know that you did, because I don't think the emails are coming through right away, and I don't want you to wait for your shout out. Okay, this is an interactive stream with Zelda. I should have a lot of opportunity to talk with you guys. And so far, I see, is this true? There's no contributions? There's nothing to shout out? I see nothing. So I'm sure I shouldn't check. Are we good? A tip came through, and the pop-up, or the message came right away. So thank you, Canadian Kirk. You just tipped me, right, Canadian Kirk? So it looks like PayPal's fixed. Thank God. That was a nightmare for like a day and a half. I couldn't shout out anyone's contributions. That sucked ass. So it looks like now we'll be able to. Everyone who's here, thanks for chilling. And I hope you're enjoying the stream. If you could please support the stream, guys. At this point, anything is appreciated. A like, we're only at 39 likes out of the 100 I like to get every stream. A super chat, we've had one all night of $1.99. A membership, we've had none tonight. A tip, we've only have one tip tonight. And, I'm trying to, offset what else has been going on this week. And earlier today, we had a great day with everything but tips. Tips was actually slow earlier today. Tonight, if you're going to contribute, a tip would be much appreciated. But anything would be appreciated at this point as we continue to play Zelda. All right, guys? So if you can, please continue, or please contribute, and thank you. Now let's continue. Yes, PayPal is fixed. I got the notification earlier. No, PayPal's not messed up to my knowledge. It was working. I haven't checked, but we got one tip tonight. What can I say? Okay, I guess it's going to be a slow tip today. It's fine. We actually had quite a bit of super chats and memberships on the first stream, so I guess we're going to end Zelda stream for support tonight. I'm not going to sit here and bitch about it. I'm going to play Zelda. I like playing Zelda. Honestly, thanks. Everyone who chilled, thank you. Anyone who supported the stream anyway, thank you. Slow stream tonight for support. That's not the end of the world. I've had a great week overall. And by the way, any support tonight obviously is greatly appreciated. As you can see, we lost about 100 memberships over the weekend when I wasn't here because I had no freaking internet. So that kind of sucks. Any support tonight, a super chat, a membership, a like on the stream, a gifted membership, a tip, all would be great. Keep in mind, when I'm playing matches, I do have to concentrate on the game. I will do my best to shout out the contributions between the matches and update the leaderboards and all of that, okay? Thank you guys. Please support the stream tonight if you can. Please, please, please. And thank you. All right, we're off to the races, everyone. Thanks for being here. If you like the content, please support the stream. Give it a like or a super chat or a membership, get a membership or a tip. Here we are, everyone. My first time playing with Marisa in about a week. All right, let's continue. Again, guys, if you are enjoying tonight's stream, thanks for being here. We have almost 400 viewers and climbing. It'd be great if you could support the stream in some way. As simple as liking the stream helps, but everything else is really appreciated. In fact, thank you, Diaphone, for a $10 super chat. I will beat out that ginormous message after this is set, but I can't read it now. Oh my God. All right, guys and gals, and everyone watching, over 400 people. It'd be great if you support the stream tonight. But that be liking the stream. So we get 100 likes, which I try to go for every stream I do here on YouTube, or a super chat, membership, gives a membership or tip. We appreciate it. Please, if you can, if you're enjoying the Street Fighter gameplay, thank you. All right, guys. Well, you guys know about supporting the channel. I'm not going to keep talking about it all night at this point. People are going to complain that I'm saying too much, but we are about how we do tonight's stream. As you guys can see, support is where it is. It would be great when you get some more, especially if you enjoy me trying to get better in the game. Okay. Thank you, whoever the anonymous tipper was. I appreciate that. And again, guys, anything else, if you want to support the stream, thank you. I appreciate that very much. If you are enjoying the playthrough, everyone, I would appreciate it if you could support the stream in any way, whether that be a like, talking with me is cool, a super chat, a super sticker, a tip, a membership, a gifted membership, all much appreciated. All right? Thank you so much for watching my Diablo 4 chill stream. See what we got in this dungeon. So guys, again, if you are enjoying the playthrough, sure it'd be great if you support it in some way. Thank you in advance for anyone who does. Also, if you're watching this on demand on YouTube, remember, simply liking this video, leaving comments. Perhaps considering that there's a floating bush right there. You see that right next to the tree, the floating bush? You see it, right? It really sticks out. Anyway, if you're watching on demand, remember, you can support this playthrough in many ways as well. Like I said, leaving comments, liking the video, or also in the description of the you can do a super thanks to the channel, that'd be great. I think this is probably one of the biggest drop-offs we've seen for a brand new release, only day 2. And about 200 less viewers, and before it dramatically slow down. It's not the end of the world. I'm certainly not complaining. Better weekend, I've had immensely amazing positive, but I kind of warned everyone about this how it was okay. I was like, I hear people have this when you start with like chill, raw. I don't really see mainstream attendance throughout this Diablo, the kind of game that it is, you know? Well, I think this is a good time to split the part, guys. We'll play for about an hour. Again, if you are enjoying Diablo 3, it would be great. If you could like the video, leave a comment on it. If you're watching on demand after the fact, that would help a lot for engagement. Again, anyone who liked it, if you want to contribute, thank you. Let's continue. Alright guys, so yeah, we're halfway through tonight's Diablo 4 stream, and yeah, as you can see, this is slid down to a crawl when it came to support, and actually, we have about 200 less viewers than last night, so it is what it is. I was curious, how would this work? And now we know. It's just going to be another late night chill stream like any other game. It's basically the same as like Final Fantasy V right now, honestly. In fact, I actually think we have less support tonight than we have Final Fantasy V, so it is what it is, I guess. Not a huge deal. Street Fighter's been going great, so don't get me wrong, but I'm just making a factual observation here. Yeah, and all the people who screamed, Diablo 4, where are those people exactly, right? Gee, I wonder. Anyway. Let's continue on with another hour of chill fun. Let's go. Give advice if you can, and support if you can. Earlier today, I was able to do an impromptu 2.5-hour stream, which was nothing like my normal daytime stream. It was really weird. You know, some people did support who could, but it was a really weird one because I showed up so late because the effing internet wasn't working. And so tonight, any support you could lend would be greatly appreciated to make up for my missed stream last night and my essentially weird half stream earlier. Thanks to anyone who does anything to help out, whether you like the stream, whether you toss a super chat or a gifted membership or a tip my way. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Little Crow, for the super chat. Our first super chat of the night. Again, guys, please, I would appreciate it if you support the stream tonight. Already, we had a missed stream last night and a totally screwed up stream earlier today. So already, I'm basically way behind this week, which sucks because I had such great momentum going with Street Fighter 6, and this internet being out for a day fucked me over. So if you guys could support tonight in any way, I would really appreciate it. Whether liking the stream, super chat, super sticker, membership, gifted membership. We lost 100 memberships, and then I couldn't stream for a day. And I think, of course, we didn't hit the 6 goal, the hacker today either. So anything appreciated tonight, everyone. Thank you. I hate losing momentum. I really do. But it's not my fault. Some fucking bullshit that screws me over. Alright, guys, please, tonight, if you're enjoying yourself, please support the stream. We have $8, not even. It's $6 in tips. And earlier today, we didn't hit the goal. And I missed 2 fucking streams. This is stupid internet bullshit. So if you can support my stream tonight, I would really appreciate it. Tomorrow we'll go back to Zelda on the main stream. Alright? Zelda on the main stream tomorrow. And then Street Fighter tomorrow night. I don't even know what I'm playing tomorrow night. It might be Zenyu, it might be Marisa. I'll think about it. Well, I want to play on a late stream. And then we got one more major stream with this Tuesday. With Tuesday night, we got Diablo 4. But yeah, guys, please support the stream. Right now, this is one of the slowest streams I've done in ages. It's a slow Street Fighter 6 stream, that's for sure. And it's also, I'm already behind this week because of this fucking internet bullshit. So, guys, we got a little under an hour left on stream. Again, I would really appreciate it if you guys like Street Fighter, if you can support the stream. I'm sorry to keep asking, but as you can see, it's the slowest supported Street Fighter stream I've had. After a whole day, I lost the streaming. So I'd appreciate it if you can support it. And if not, well, I guess I'm screwed. Alright, so guys, everyone who's here, thanks for chilling. And I hope you're enjoying the stream. If you could please support the stream, guys. At this point, anything is appreciated. A like, we're only at 39 likes out of the 100 I like to get every stream. A super chat, we've had 1 all night of $1.99. A membership, we've had none tonight. A tip, we only have 1 tip tonight. And, I'm trying to, offset what else has been going on this week. And earlier today, we had a great day with everything but tips. This was actually slow earlier today. So now, if you're going to contribute, a tip would be much appreciated. But anything would be appreciated at this point as we continue to play Zelda. All right, guys? So if you can, please continue, or please contribute, and thank you. Now let's continue. Yes, PayPal is fixed. I got the notification earlier.
DSP has a business degree, but racked up 13 credit cards and went into debt for $500,000. So he decided, with that knowledge, to give advice about credit cards. He would also talk about how he wanted to use credit cards to pay for his trip, and go between cards to pay each other.
I can tell you from personal experience, this is what happened to me, is when I moved out here 9 years ago, a lot of my move was financed by credit. And my idea was that I was going to take promotional rates on credit cards and shuffle them around for like 4 or 5 years and slowly pay down all the balances on everything until it was all paid off. What ended up happening was within 1 year of me moving out here, so much awful trolling and things happened to my business that my income went from up here to down here. And when my income was essentially halved, I couldn't afford to stick on that plan anymore. So now what happens? Well, I'm just going to make a minimum payment. That's all I can afford. So what happens? Interest rates skyrocketing, money, owing incremental interest on everything. It's just insane what happened. And I couldn't keep up with it anymore. To the point where I was making minimum payments on every single debt I owed. And it was like I was borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. You ever heard that term? I'm taking out debt here to pay the debt I owe over here so they'll stop bothering me. But now they're going to start bothering me because I took out debt over here. You understand? Anyway, with all that going on, all I can say is there's nothing wrong with credit cards. But they are incredibly tempting because when you have one, you think I can spend it all and pay it later. That's really not how it works. You're going to be spending a lot and then some of anything that you spend on a credit card unless you're in some really unique promotional situation. I don't recommend anyone rack up credit cards. I don't recommend anyone take out a bunch of credit cards. It's just not good. All right? It doesn't matter what anyone says. It's funny because there's services out there that say, oh, you should take out a bunch of cards to help your credit. It's the worst thing you can do, right? But anyway, I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you from my own personal experience. But if you are dead selling selecting a credit card, find one that's going to have benefits you like. Like I said, every one is different. Some of them have loyalty programs. If you're a traveler who travels all the time, some of them give you like a ridiculous amount of points on purchase of plane tickets and stuff like that. So it's worth it to look into that stuff.
We also got the start of the Comcast drama, where at the very end of his DSP versus the internet, his internet dropped off and went offline. there was an outage in the area, but that was also the start of the Tractor Comcast. He missed one day, but acted like it was years he missed. And he tells us a very interesting story about how he spent his day out.
All the internet in the house went out. It wasn't just this internet line in the office that I stream with, because I have 2 internet lines. I have one upstairs, and this is for uploading and streaming, and I have one downstairs, and that's for things like the wireless connection to my phone, watching TV downstairs and stuff like that, so that way they don't cross over and they don't interfere with each other. So I'm like, if both lines went out at once, there's absolutely no way I got hit with a double DDoS. It didn't happen. It had to have been that the internet's actually out, legit. So I check everything, and yeah, everything's out. I contact my neighbor. Yes, my neighbor's internet's out too. All right. So I figure we'll wait a little bit. I'll have dinner. I can't upload or anything. Right now, here's the thing. When the internet goes out, the only way that I have the ability to go and talk to you guys is by connecting with my cell phone internet, the 5G internet that my cell phone has, all right, to their wireless network, excuse me, and to try to post up via Twitter or make a community post via my phone. Now, here's the big thing, and this is what a lot of people didn't know or didn't understand. I don't have a good cell phone reception at home. To give you some perspective, right now, I have 1 bar in my office, okay? If I move around my upper floor, I can get upwards of 3 bars, but it usually dips down to 1 bar or 0 bars all the time. It's not a consistent thing in my home, all right? It's just not good cell service here. In fact, I need to drive around the corner, and then cell service is great. I have better cell service if I leave my block than if I'm on my block, all right? And it's not just my cell phone company, it's all cell phone companies here. It's just the service is not good here. The internet is fine. When the internet's working, my phone is always connected to my internet, and that's how I do everything from home. So some people think, well, why don't you get a 5G hotspot? Why don't you have the 4G backup that your internet company offers? Because it doesn't work. It's just as bad as my cell phone internet. I literally would not be able to stream on it because the connection is awful. You understand? There's nothing you can do to fix that. If you have bad cell phone reception, you have bad cell phone reception. I just can't improve it, all right? It's one of the reasons why I need to have the internet I have, the very expensive business line of internet, because I can't use other alternate things. There's satellite internet. That's terrible out here. Like, I have to use Comcast. They're the one option I have to be able to do the streaming and stuff that I do on a daily basis. They're the only one. Other companies out here don't have the speed, don't have the capacity, and the cellular style satellite service isn't good enough. There's nothing you can do, okay? Now, that being said, I tried my best to try. Oh, by the way, I just went to 2 bars as I'm sitting here. You see what I mean? It fluctuates like crazy. It goes 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, 2, 0. That's how it works. So I tried to keep you guys in the know. I let you know, hey, if I can come back tonight, I'll do this Zelda stream on late night. Sorry that the stream ended the way it did. But in the meantime, I have no way to turn off my stream on DSP Reacts. Excuse me. Because on YouTube, here's how it works. If you start a stream on desktop, the only way to turn off that stream is on a desktop computer. If you turn on a stream on your phone, the only way to stop that mobile stream is on your phone. You can't actually do the crossover. Like, I can't stop a phone stream on my desktop. I can't stop a desktop stream on my phone. The option's not even there. Okay? So this stream is endlessly on, and people are confused. They're going to the stream and talking in the chat saying, is the stream still on? What happened? What happened to Philly? She's gone. You know, it's very weird or bizarre or whatever. So people can't figure it out. So I can't turn the stream off. We're just stuck. It's endlessly going. So I try to log in to the Comcast website to get an update. And it takes forever because, like I said, my cell phone service is so bad. It's constantly just losing connection. It took me probably about 45 minutes to finally log into the Comcast site. And the Comcast site claims, oh, your internet will be back by 6:40 p.m. So I'm like, oh, good. I'll be able to do my late stream. So my wife and I can't do anything. We eat dinner, but we can't do nothing. So we took a nap. We took a nap on the couch. What else are you going to do? There's no internet in the house. You can't do anything. So I wake up at 6:40 p.m. and I go and check. There's no internet. So I go and check the business website. Oh, update. So now your internet should be live by like 7:45. Oh, wait a minute. Right? Like, what is this? So I tell you all, I guess the stream's canceled because I can't come back. There's no internet. 7:45 comes and rolls around. There's no internet. Oh, they changed it now. 9:45. I was like, oh, I'm seeing a pattern here. What's happening is they don't know. They don't really care to actually communicate that. But instead, they're going to keep lying to the customer, which is probably the worst thing you can do. Instead of having unreasonable expectations, just don't give the expectation. I told you guys this a million times. You underpromise and you overdeliver. You don't overpromise and underdeliver. If they keep giving ETAs that are blatantly wrong, all they're going to do is piss off the customer. And that's exactly what they did. It's the worst thing they could do. Their customer service is fucking horrible. Okay? So here I am thinking, oh, it's going to come back. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, it's going to come back. Never comes back. So basically, I have no internet all night. All right? So first, my wife and I are like, so what should we do? We have no internet. Well, we have some things to do around the house. We do some housekeeping. We actually had a series of cat newsletters that we had built up over the course of several months. We were reading and enjoying cat newsletters and stuff like that. Finally, it's apparent. It's like maybe 9, 10 p.m. It's apparent the internet's not coming back. And we're like, so what are we going to do tonight? Because we have no internet. And everything we do is on the internet. Everything we watch, everything we listen to. And I'm like, you know, but we got rid of a lot of them. But we do still have some Blu-rays left. And we do still have the PS4. We could hook up the PS4 to the TV and we could watch some Blu-rays tonight. So we started going through everything that I had. And I don't have that much left. I have like Christmas movies and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not watching Christmas stuff now. I have a few Disney movies left over that we saved. I have the entire series of Fraggle Rock on Blu-ray. That's childhood Muppet show that I used to watch when I was a kid on HBO, and I absolutely loved it. And I bought the Blu-ray at one point. We had the entire Batman animated series, which is kind of fun, and a few other odds and ends. Okay, so we're looking at all this. And, Fringe, the whole TV show Fringe, that sci-fi show. I have that whole series on Blu-ray too. I saved that. So we're looking through it all, and my wife's making a tough decision. She's like, I don't know. I want to watch sci-fi. Do I want to watch more cutesy stuff? And we decide, let's watch Fraggle Rock. Why not? Just kill time watching Fraggle Rock. I haven't watched it in a million years. So we ended up watching a few episodes of Fraggle Rock. So a couple hours just watching Fraggle Rock. And by now it's time to go to sleep. Like, well, hopefully the internet will be back by the morning. What else are you going to do, right? So I tell you all before I go to sleep. I was like, say guys, just so you know, this internet company, they keep lying, and nothing we can do. I'll hopefully be back in the morning and be able to stream Balsam for you guys like I want to, all right? So I go to sleep. And by the way, as I'm going to sleep, they update and it says, oh, your internet will be back by 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Okay. By the way, in the meantime, No, Comcast didn't reach out to any customer to tell them that there was an outage at all. You had to somehow figure it out for yourself. And you have no internet. How do you do that? So they leave you in the weeds. They don't care. So they have a service where it says you can sign up to get text updates when your internet comes back. So I signed up for it. I said, yes, here's my cell phone number. Here you go. Text me when the internet comes back so I know what's going on and I can stream. Okay. So I go to sleep and I wake up in the morning. It's now, probably like 8:30 to 9 a.m. on Sunday. No internet. I was like, this is ridiculous. So now it's been, 16, 17 hours with no internet? What is going on? And so I talk with my neighbors again, and they're like, yeah, we still have no internet either. And now I'm...
The vehicle involved in the crime, but it was empty.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Level 80.
If the celestial scales of
Tu m'as dit que tu peux pas être au restaurant. Je sais que depuis que t'as eu ton bébé, t'es moins là. Je sais, je l'ai vu, t'inquiète pas, tu me l'as dit de toute façon. Moi je t'en veux pas, t'inquiète pas, toi. Moi j'en veux, c'est aux 3 autres surtout. Le loup-garou, Mimi et Amoureuse. Je m'en fous après. Bon, ça va, Léna? T'es en conduite?
Ouais, je rentre du boulot là, je pars seulement maintenant.
Ah, d'accord.
J'ai fait 8h, 18h, j'ai pas fait de pause.